Hello and welcome to the Climbing Daily Friday live gear show. This is going to be a very special afternoon, and we're doing it because, well, it's Black Friday, but we don't just do Black Friday, do we, T? We do things a little bigger here at the EpicTV shop.
We did Black Friday week. So for a whole week, there were discounts on the EpicTV store. But today is different because it's Black Friday. So with this show, we have so many exciting things coming up. And you go, roll the intro.
So as you can see, there's a whole load of extra special deals on the EpicTV shop. And Terry, you've been making those reels that we just saw on screen. So you spent a lot of time on the shop.
I did.
A lot of discounts out there.
Yeah, a lot of discounts in all categories. So like clothing, gear, camping gear. Yeah, like a lot of exciting, super discounted products and maybe some a bit less, but still a bargain on this day.
Now, of course, we will be talking about gear a lot. It is the Friday gear show. But before we get sort of deep into the gear side of things, let's explain a bit about this show, because we're going to be chatting to you. And the whole point of this is it's a bit like climbing radio.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, it's the middle of the day, right? Mm-hmm. We're working.
We chit-chat.
But people also should be working who are watching this.
Well, or chit-chat with us.
Well, but what they can do is they don't have to just sit there and watch us. What they can do is stick us on in the background and just listen to us, because we'll be chatting for about 3 hours. So if your boss is wandering around looking suspicious, it's simple. Just close the little tab thing down, keep us in your earphones, and then you'll be able to hear everything we say. And we'll try to keep it quite audio-y.
We'll be very descriptive and make essential sounds with our hands.
Go on then. Do an essential sound with your hand. Do a climbing sound effect with your hands.
Oh, I wanted to do a scraping on the board when you don't cut your nails.
Bit like that. Yeah, okay, yeah. There we go. So
this is an MSR show, apparently.
MSR show.
What is it?
ASMR. ASMR. Things have got weird straight away. Of course, we do want it to be interactive as well. Hugo is the tech man. He's running around like crazy. He's got headphones sideways on his head, as all good tech phone people do. So do leave some comments if you want to chat to us, any gear questions that you might have, just general questions, really.
Yeah, well, also let us know where you're watching from.
That's true.
Because we are in France on a beautiful, rainy, it should be snowy day.
Yeah, exactly. The clouds have come in. The snow is not followed yet. That's where we are. We're in France. So let us know where in the world you are. And of course, you can pick us up and put us down. But we have got a few special guests here.
Ooh,
One of them being Stefano Ghisolfi.
Yes, like he's a climber, a all right climber. He's one of our athletes.
He is.
But yeah, he's coming later in the show. But other athletes that we have on, Lary Arce from Mexico, but now living in Spain, and she's at a crag, or no, Stefano is at a crag and we'll be calling in, right?
Yeah, so we messaged all the athletes before this. Stefano was like, I'm climbing, but sure, I'll come on.
Okay.
Larry is going to be in a car coming back from Barcelona to Margalef. And Beatrice, who's also coming on, she will be just finishing school.
Oh, right.
So she'll be there. We've also got a guest from Scarpa coming on, a good friend of the show. He's a man with so much knowledge about shoes, it's actually frightening.
Right.
Like, I feel like I know about climbing shoes, right?
Yeah.
This man can talk
about climbing shoes
for a very long time.
Is he, shall we say who he is, or what's his job title?
Is Nathan from Scarpa.
Right.
I have no idea what his job title is.
Matt, help me out with this pun.
He's super, and he's going to be coming on later this afternoon. And he's going to be revealing a new Scarpa model, one we haven't seen before. So, lots and lots coming up, including EpicTV movies. We've got a game sorted out.
Oh, yes, we do.
Excited by that.
A spoiler to the game. Or if you guys have any game suggestions that we could play here in the office, let us know. Yeah. We also have a hangboard up here, which probably we shouldn't move anything around.
We do have a hangboard. I don't think we can use it. We might do. It's going to be a long show. We'll also be revealing this discount code that's available on the EpicTV website. Now, if you're clever and you just want to buy something immediately, it is actually live on the shop currently, that discount code. So let's try to crash the website again like we did before. So go on to the EpicTV shop. I'm sure Hugo will put there is actually a link right down below the episode, and I'm sure Hugo can put some in the comments as well. It's a special discount code. It's on the shop. We'll reveal it in a couple of features time, but it is a great discount code. Now, Terry, we talk about gear. We sell gear quite a lot, don't we? We also make stunning climbing movies.
Indeed. And this climbing movie was made in collaboration with La Sportiva, and it's the latest episode of the La Sportiva Living Legends.
If you feel like you lost your good energy and your optimism in injuries, it hasn't disappeared. You just have to dig it up. Last time, I had to hit the bottom first to get the battle mode again. Before I started climbing, I was competing in gymnastics. The mindset in gymnastics was a lot more strict than it is in climbing. When I was 16, I went on a skiing trip with my family. And the first morning, when I opened the curtains and saw the Matterhorn, I knew that I was where I needed to be. But Finland is very flat, so I was planning to move. A year after that skiing trip, I saw a climbing wall in a skiing exhibition show. That's when I knew that, okay, there's a commercial gym where I can start climbing. But before that, I didn't know that it was possible. It took 3 hours to go to the gym and back. And some days I had only 30 minutes to climb, but it was worth it because climbing was an obsession. I found this magical bubble with so many challenges to take on. When I started climbing, I went to the gym 4 times a week because I was still doing gymnastics 6 times a week. In climbing, there were no rules how the climbing should look. There were no points given, no right or wrong beta. I felt free when I was climbing. For 2 years, I just climbed, but that is also why I got injured from climbing and training too much. That is one reason why I like to work, because it keeps me away from climbing too much and getting injured. It also gives some structure for the day, and I'm more efficient when it comes to training. It was surprising that I got so into indoor climbing and that it was hard for me to start climbing outside. I didn't enjoy it at all. All I was hoping for was that it would start raining so we could go back to the gym. Climbing in Finland is kind of brutal. You know, climbing on a mossy route and being scared. But then I got more brave and much more comfortable outside. Only like 2 months of struggling mentally, and after that I was just hooked. I have a bit of ADHD. Climbing forces me to be in the moment. Being a professional climber in Finland means you have to travel a lot. In 2016, I did my first AT Plus, Sudden Smoke in Red River Gorge. 2 months after, I sent Joe Blau in Spain. I had never felt stronger and was ready to take on my next big project. Finland's hardest bird route, Synchro. But only a week after sending Joe Blau, I missed the pads on a high ball and snapped all the ligaments in my ankle. After recovering, I had some goes on Synchro and surprised myself with a couple of one-hangs, but then the season ended. Not long after that, I injured my wrist, a bone bruise from overtraining. After that, I got a quick draw through my finger. For 3 years, I was haunted by injuries and the short seasons. I would train and recover, but then I'd get injured again. After breaking both the crucial foothold on Synchro and my leg, I stopped trying. No more lead tries for 2 years. In Finland, we have this thing called SISU. It's a mindset, almost like a superpower, that makes us really strong mentally. No matter how much life or climbing a route is spanking you, with SISU, you just overcome. In the worst scenario, you're not able to move at all. So when the conditions are bad, or you're not sending on your last day on the trip, that all is secondary. The rock will be there tomorrow. You can always travel back. I know my body tells me not to, like, don't do this, it's hurting you, but I don't know, I can't imagine my life without climbing. So I always keep coming back.
Hey! Ah!
When I had this wrist injury, I was running a lot, but I felt kind of empty. I wasn't fulfilling myself. When I'm climbing, I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I know I've done my best. I've worked hard, and that should be enough. Climbing has taught me a lot of renouncing and humbleness by taking something away from me. Not just climbing, the biggest love of my life, but your health and ability to move.
Very good. Very, very good. What a film that is.
Yes, shot and edited by Pim Seitosa.
Yeah, and that is part of our La Sportiva Living Legends series. We'll be showing more of those films throughout this live stream and chatting with the producer, Mr. Hugo Pilcher. He'll be coming on the show in a bit. And in fact, we'll be seeing Hugo very soon because he's also going to be playing the game that's coming out.
Oh, he's the game master.
He's the game master. It's me versus you in a battle of wits. Why are you so tall as well? You're like, I've been rigged here. I went away and I've been rigged. She's not that big normally. Look, we've got a discount code available on the EpicTV shop. And T, I mean, you can tell us all about it, right?
It's an extra 10% off any product on the shop. And the code is, can I get a roll?
Yeah, so the code is
10 EpicTV, all in caps.
All in caps. So 1010 EpicTV, all in caps. You get 10% off everything on the shop. Put stuff in your basket, go to the checkout. In the checkout, you enter the code. That's where you get your 10%. So don't panic if you don't see your 10% off when you click on the product. Now, the reason that this is important is because we're going to be chatting about gear in a second. And we're going to be looking at big ticket items, like blow the bank stuff.
So realistically, what you actually wish to get on Black Friday.
This is if Father Christmas is very, very nice to you, one of them. If you've been a really good boy or girl, that's when you get this. That sounded weird.
Yeah.
That sounded so weird. I'm sorry. But these big ticket items are expensive. They're big ticket items. But remember, you get this 10%. So if you're looking at it thinking, dang, I need that, 10% off. Absolute bargain.
Absolute bargains. I'm gonna start talking about what I picked from the EpicTV shop. And I picked 2 ropes.
Ooh, nice. 2 ropes, not just 1 rope.
Well, no, I picked a package of ropes.
Hang on, you picked double ropes?
Yes,
the
I'm a
die-hard sport climber. What happened?
I'm a trad climber now.
What happened? Talk me through this transition.
We went to England, right?
Yeah.
And we had the weekend out in the peak, and it's not peaks. And we went trad climbing with a single rope, which was a bit of a mistake since we could only do very straight up lines.
Yeah, true.
And everything is a bit zigzaggy. Or I found out you guys are fond of traverses. So in order to traverse properly on gritstone, you need double ropes. But I'm talking about the Beal Cobra 2 8.6 millimeters. So not the thinnest half ropes out there. However, these have a dry treatment and they're 25% off.
Oof.
So it's a bargain anyway, and there's an extra 10% off. So yeah, you can get them for, well, less than 205 euros.
So that's less than 100 euros per rope, which for a half rope with treatment, 8.6 I actually think is the sweet spot as well, because I'm an old school climber, right? Anything below 8.6, I start to get terrified that it's going to whiz through the belay.
Oh,
like
right.
I'm old school. You're new school. Maybe you're
Yeah.
used to this.
Yeah, well, I tried like belaying with an 8.5, the Biol Opera, and I know what you mean. Like it's really smooth.
Yes, very smooth.
But 8.6, you're right. Like it's a good compromise. And on the EpicTV shop, they're available in 50 and 60 meters. So again, I guess depends. It's always better to get a 61 though, right? Like, why not have the 10 extra meters?
What, 56? Yeah, I would get that 60 again, the UK thing. But for me,
right.
it was like 60 was the height, because we don't have like ridiculously stupid 40-meter crags or whatever in the UK. I know we do have some, but generally 60 meters, yeah, is a good sweet spot. It's funny because I knew you picked this before the show, obviously. That is genuinely a cracking deal. Yeah.
Because like, well, when I bought my half rope, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna buy one because my climbing partner is gonna have the other one.
Yeah.
So out there, if you're seeing the show with a friend, or you just got into the sport with a friend, just split it. I mean, it comes, it's 2 ropes, one each.
Yeah, that is a really good point. All right, so fantastic rope, great bargain. That's our first big ticket item. Remember, 10% off that price with that code 10EpicTV. My big ticket item is the Snap Wham pad. As you know, I'm a boulderer. I've just decided to be that now from now on. I'm a boulderer. I love Snap. I really do. Like, we've got one downstairs and we have 6 crash pads to choose from, and I always take the Snap one. I think they're fantastic pads. This has got Air Tech, I think it's called. Yeah, air cushioning technology. So that means that it adjusts to the force of the fall. So if you just like
that
pop
seems
off,
very technological,
super
like
techy,
another level.
Basically, it means if you fall from a long way and there's a big impact, it hardens up, so it helps you better. Whereas if you get a little one, softens up. I don't know. I presume some kind of nanotech robot.
Oh, right,
like in James Bond.
Oh, that they're gonna crawl under your skin.
How else could it know? It's literally impossible to tell. The Snap Wham pad is 314 euros. Now, I get it. That's an expensive thing. But bouldering pads just are expensive. It just is. It sucks, but it's true. They're expensive. That's 10% off. Bouldering stuff is not discounted very much. The reason behind that is it costs us a ton to ship a bouldering pad. So
they're heavy.
Because they're super heavy. So shops don't discount them very much. This is on 10%. Grab it while you can. Dark khaki is the colour. There's a red one on screen as well. It's honestly, I love Snap pads.
I think that's the color mat. It's dark khaki is the green on it.
Surely
and then the red is the thing around
That's a red crash pad. That's not a dark khaki crash pad.
Yeah, because the red is on the bottom though, right?
Oh, I see. So the back of it's all red.
Out.
Yeah, I'm with you. There's a picture down on the bottom right showing the red bit. Fine.
Does it have like a foot mat? Clean your shoes.
Ooh, there's one there. Look, so it slips in the top. So it's the one that I instantly lost from the work one. Almost immediately it went. But yeah, you slip it in.
Are you allowed to say that out loud?
Hugo knows this.
Okay,
he knows this. We lost it ages ago. But it's brilliant because it's like what's it called? Not a carpet. It's that thing you have outside of houses.
It's called a mat.
Yeah, but a what mat? A house mat.
A house mat?
I don't know. You know the thing you wipe
your mat.
Yeah, that thing. It's got that. So if you're at Font, for example, you can put it underneath the boulder, clean your shoes off, and you don't get sand on the rock. Don't ruin the rock. Snap Wham, 314 euros minus that 10% extra, so it's actually 20% off. I've said enough.
Wow.
Wow. Have you got that? Shall I get it for you?
And then they're actually back there. Yeah, my next item. Oh no, and just one last thing about the boulder pad is actually a really good bargain because I got a smaller one for like 350 euros. That was ages ago.
You got played some.
I know.
Yeah.
I bought it from an actual shop.
There we go.
I want to play with them.
Okay.
Because they're my friends.
So you did that. Very good. Very good.
So these are the Wild Country Zero Friends. Actually, they come in a packet of 3. So these 3, and they are the 0.4, 0.5, and 0.75. We actually did a gear show about them last summer. So if you've seen that already, you know what I'm talking about. Nice new Wild Country small friends. Small friends? They're not really big, are they? But yeah, they're for like finger cracks and little pockets. And I don't know, it's a very nice item. And it comes at 50% off on the Epic 15, sorry. 15% off on the EpicTV shop.
Don't say 50. We'll have to give it. We don't want to do that.
And again, you can see the price. It's 208 euros, which is, again, less than that because you can use the super code, which is EPIC10, all in caps. So if you use
10 EpicTV.
Oh my God.
10 EpicTV is the code.
Messing up the code. What's the code again?
10 EpicTV is the code.
That one.
Features I love about that, extendable slings.
Yes.
So useful.
Are they useful?
Yes, infinitely useful.
But you still extend it with like a quick draw.
You don't have to though, because if you have the clip on the end of it, so I haven't got a carabiner. Hang on, there we go. So
I feel we're in like the airplane and we're demonstrating how to put the mask on.
So you've got your, hang on, wait, do it in a double. So you have your carabiner attached, right? Now with a normal single sling like this one, you'd have to, if you wanted to extend it, you have to put a quick draw in. With this one, you can extend it simply by unhooking, pulling down the extension. Look, you've got a couple of extra inches of extension on that.
It's 10 centimeters.
It makes such a difference. I'm sold by that. So that's 2 trad climbing items for you.
Yes.
You really have embraced this.
The thing is that it's a Friday gear show. I love gear. So yeah, why not talk about these? And these compared to some other brands, I do feel really nice and sturdy, don't they? Like it's a nice like premium feel that they have.
Yeah.
So yeah. Micro friends for...
I reckon they're bang up against the Z4s, the Black Diamond ones.
Yes.
Like, different.
Yeah.
But both that kind of level of quality.
These are all metal, which I really like.
Yeah.
Instead, the Black Diamond ones just have like a plastic part. The only plastic part here is on the loop, which again makes it feel more like ergonomic and soft and nice on the skin. Even though if you're alpine climbing, I guess you're using gloves. But again, thumb loop, good for big gloves. Yeah,
and what's cool is you've got, obviously, the 0.75 is quite a big one. It goes right down mini. So if you're looking for micro gear, that's the way to go. Cool. So that's my last big ticket item product. Remember, this is the expensive stuff we're talking about. We will be having cheaper items, climbing shoes later on. But mine is the Scarpa Maestro Alpine climbing shoe. Now, if I wanted to treat myself, this is genuinely what I would love to buy because it's a climbing shoe designed for the Alps, okay? And I'm talking high altitude rock climbing. It's a bit aggressive downturn, but still flat enough to be comfortable. Built-in gaiter, or for cold temperatures, so built-in sock kind of thing. That internal layer means that, you can put, because look, I've done some big, I'm thinking like Walker Spur, for example, right? I was in rock shoes all day long. It was a little bit cold. This thing I could have put on my feet. I would have been warmed with that sock. It's still high performance, so you can still climb hard. Lace up so you can adjust it. We've got
what's the discount on it?
Well, it's 20% off. Okay,
right.
So that's down to 207 euros, down from 259.
Yes.
It's expensive, big ticket item, and it's a very specialised bit of kit. I'm aware that I'm talking to probably 4 people out there, but I wanted to show you the range that we have on the EpicTV shop. If you're watching this thinking, Matt, you're right, this is the shoe for me, do leave me a comment that I've gone totally crazy otherwise. Okay, so T, gear done.
So, yes, expensive gear done. Again, we'll be coming back with more gear.
Exactly. And I know because out of my peripherals, I have seen a very special athlete who is warming up her vocal cords, about to appear on Zoom. We're just waiting for her to get all connected. Lary Arce. Am I saying that right?
Lary Arce.
Lary Arce.
Oh, I don't know how to speak Spanish, but it's more... I'm sure she'll correct us.
I'm sure she will tell me. She's an incredible athlete. She's an EpicTV athlete. And she's had a series throughout the year on EpicTV, which is starting to come to an end. We will be showing that movie after we have a little chat with Lary. Hugo's going to give me a thumb up in a minute, I think, when we can go live with her. Now, Terry, I spoke to her. Do you remember that gear show I did?
Oh yeah, it was like about like her climbing shoes, and because she's sponsored by Sportiva, so you talked about her gear.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So we had a gear chat with Lary. She's also a Monkey Hands ambassador, which is great because that's a new chalk line that we've just got into the shop.
Right, and you're also sponsored by them.
Yes, I'm sponsored by them too. Thank you very much. So they're that's available on the shop. So I'm excited by that. So there's lots to chat to Lary about. last time I heard from her, she was on her way back from Barcelona. So I'm presuming she's in some kind of car. I'm gonna put my earphones on. All right, we live, Hugo?
Are we talking to Lary?
Yes, there you go.
So I've got my headphones on. Lary,
Hello.
can you hear us?
Hi, you guys. Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Lary, first of all, where are you in the world? What are you up to?
I'm still in Barcelona in a friend's house, and there's another friend coming soon to collect me, and he's going to give me a lift to Margalef.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Margalef because I was actually genuinely looking at houses in Margalef the other day because I think it's like the most, I genuinely was. There are some bargains to be had out there. Tell us a bit about living in Margalef. What's it like?
Well, initially when I just moved to Spain, I was living in Las Borges del Camp, which is a town more like closer to the city. The closest cities in Margalef are Lleida and Reus. So I was living really close to Reus because I felt like, I don't know, when I was living in Mexico, I was living like in a city, training in a gym and all of this. So it made sense at the beginning for me to live like in a small town, but close to a city, close to a gym for training. I don't know, close to biggest shops for like buying the things that you need and more people. I never like consider really like living in a crag. But then like, because I was working on my house, then I was going like 3 or 4 days during the week to climb to Margalef, and just like once every 2 or 3 weeks to the city. So then like that's why it made sense for me to just move to Margalef, so I didn't have to like be driving that much. So now it's like amazing because I rock climb a lot, like 3 or 4 or 5 times per week. So it's really amazing only having to drive 5 minutes. Some other areas are a bit more complicated, like when you need something, shopping or that, yes, I have to drive 1 hour.
Awesome. And obviously the climbing around there is absolutely incredible. Tell us a little bit about your project, because you had a project that was part of EpicTV. Just tell us about your 8B Plus project that was in those movies of yours.
Okay, yeah, great. Well, I was trying this route called La Vía del Kim. Well, initially I was looking for like 8B plus or maybe 8C because I've never done an 8C before on my life. But when I started climbing in Margalef, because it's a really different style to what I used to climb in Mexico, I realized that style is really hard for me. Like, it's really physical, really about like another kind of a strength on pockets that I never really like prepare for. It's really hard for me. So when I started climbing in Margalef, I had to climb like 3 or 4 grades below my max grade, always to feel comfortable. But then I found this route, La Vía del Kim, and I kind of like find that it doesn't have so many pockets. Like the crux is crimps, but then I think I thought I was going to do it faster because I didn't consider like the endurance factor that you can have in this like style. So yeah, I've been trying this route. I started trying like in April, March. I have like 3 or 4 sessions, but then I had to leave to Mexico, and when I came back it was really hot, so that season like I couldn't progress much. And then this season have been really short, like because when I arrived it was still like quite hot, and then there were like, I don't know, I think 5 days in total with like amazing conditions for standing. But yeah, it's been hard, like because this season is quite short. Now is way too cold and really humid, but we are still like checking the weather every day. One day we have wind and it's dry, for sure we're going. And something I love about projecting in Finestra is not it's not only the amazing wall, it's the people who are projecting there. It's just like so much energy, like everybody giving everything in their projects. So that is amazing, and I've learned a lot.
Yeah, from your videos, we saw like the crew that you have. First of all, it's super strong people, and that must be so motivating. But what I loved about that route is all the pockets on it, actually, because I'm a pocket lover. Like if I go on holiday, like I want to come to Margalef because of the pockets. And since, well, we're talking about gear, what shoes would you recommend for like a pocket specific route?
Completely solutions. Like I think I admire the people who doesn't climb with solutions in Finestra. It's like I don't know how they can do that.
Solution comp or normal solutions?
I think both solutions. Like the thing that helps you a lot is like the really pointy
hook.
Yeah,
they hook over, don't they?
Yeah, and I find like other shoes doesn't have that. Yeah, one day somebody told me, I think climbing with solutions is bad for climbers because they make them used to not try as hard. And I was like, well, that's an interesting thing. I think I will keep using them, and I don't know.
I like that. I like it. Solutions are cheating. That's great. Larry, we're going to play your film at the end of this interview for people who are watching to want to know about this movie. Let's talk about Monkey Hands as well, because that's coming into the EpicTV shop. It's a new chalk brand. It's going to be arriving. If it's not on now, it will be very soon. Larry, you're a Monkey Hands ambassador. Just tell us about that kind of chalk and why it's an exciting thing to get your hands on.
Well, I love the brand Monkey Hands because when the brand is
I think we might have lost you there.
Like a climber.
Sorry, Larry, we've got a little bit of a. Oh, there we go. There we go. You're back. I think you're back. Just say that answer again. So yeah, Monkey Hands coming to the EpicTV shop. Why do you think it's good?
Yeah, well, I think it's amazing because I know the owner when he started like doing. He's a engineer, and he started like doing his mixtures and like working in like the products, and he was testing it and giving it to us like in the crack. So we were everybody like always giving to him feedback. So it was really cool, especially because it was developed in Mexico where it is always hot. And like the conditions in Mexico is different to here in Spain because it never changes. It's always hot and a bit humid. So you don't expect to have good conditions, but the thing is that chalk is really important thing there. So yeah, I am super happy with this chalk, and I think like my skin got used to it. And yeah, I'm happy they are now like expanding and coming to Europe, so more people will have the opportunity to try it.
Yeah, it is super exciting. And it was interesting you talking about the humidity thing, because something I'm using a lot is the dry stuff, the dry solution. You put it on, dries your hands up. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, I do like it. It's one of my favorite things. So I put that on a lot. I get sweaty fingers.
One question for you too. Chunky or the dust chalk?
Oh, okay.
If you can pick only one of the two.
Larry, which one would you pick?
I always order chunky, and my boyfriend, he mixes chunky with dust.
Oh,
that's smart.
Compromise.
It depends of your skin, I think, because for people who have a bit like more dry skin, they prefer the dusty, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fine chalk fan. I got put onto the dark side a couple of years ago, and I just can't stop using it. We should just say, if anyone's got a question for Lary, please make sure you comment and ask her a question. Now is your opportunity. She won't be with us forever, so if you've got anything to ask Lary, now is your moment. Again, let's talk about training, because Lary, on your Instagram, people should go and follow Lary's Instagram as well. You do a lot of training. There's also a viral video of you with a sheep. Could you talk about that video and how a sheep entered your training area?
Well, the story of this sheep, her name is Ba, and she was adopted by my boyfriend's family because she was like she lost her mother, right? And like she grew up with these two dogs. So since she was a baby, she was fitted like with the dogs, and she was always playing with the dogs. So she really believes that she is a dog and she acts like a dog. So it was really crazy when like one day I was in the garage and I left the door open because I was doing a board session and I forgot to close the door. And then she came following me and she like discovered the mattress for the board where I was like landing, and she just got crazy. Like she started jumping and jumping like for half hour. I was just like sitting like watching her jump and jump.
Well, it's like this, isn't it? It's like she's literally just doing that.
We're having reenactments
on the mat. Like that's.
She likes to like jump and then like spin while she jumps, and then she likes she don't want to just to leave the mat. I was really worried that she was going to poo in the mattress. I was like, okay, I need to take her out from here.
That's my worry as well with myself. I try really hard sometimes. You've got to be careful. So Larry, when you're not jumping around with sheep, climbing your super hard project, what's your day-to-day athlete life like? Tell us about a day in the life of Larry.
Okay, well, that's been changing a lot lately, like since I moved to Margaret, because it's really hard to keep like a structured training when you are putting so much like energy into rock climbing, right? So you need to firstly be clear, what do you want to prioritize, your training or your rock climbing? So for me, these last 3 months, I was prioritizing my rock climbing. So for example, in a normal day, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to have breakfast, I will do some like stretching in the morning, reply some emails, and then it depends. Sometimes I can do like a hangboard session, like for maximal strength before going to rock climb. And then I will go to rock climb. But the days I just go straight away to rock climb, sometimes after climbing, I will arrive and do like some really easy soft training, like aerobic capacity or conditioning or something like that. And then because I am always like the most of my days in the crag, like I have huge breakfast, I'm just having snacks during the day, and then in the night, like huge dinner. Yeah, so my days are kind of like that, and my rest days, well, I am like 10 hours in the computer working, so I can keep climbing the next days.
That's a good balance. And yeah, about your training, or well, your warm up before going to a crag, do you then warm up at home, like on just like hangboarding or on your home board, and then go to the crag?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. It all depends of like my plan for the day. For example, if I am going to my project, it depends like which project I am doing. Normally, when I was projecting like endurance route, which started really easy, like with a 7 and then 8 tail and then 8B plus, then I was just going to warm up in the hangboard. Now with Kim, I need to like get pumped. So yeah, I might warm up a bit in the hangboard, then do like another route, 7B, 7B plus, and then go to the project. But I've been trying to do a balance between projecting and trying other things. And I also love so much just like trying different routes. And in the warm up is like my opportunity to work in other areas, like my foothold technique, my feet technique. So I just love sometimes going and warm up starting from 6, 7, 7A, 7B, 7C.
Larry, your warm up is exhausting me.
Yeah, I love those are warm ups. That's like a daily or if not weekly project.
Exactly. That's a week's worth of climbing in your day. Larry, we're going to say goodbye to you in a sec. Before we do, I just want to say, anyone watching, the next segment of this show will be asking myself and Teresa gear questions. So do start commenting some gear questions now if you've got some questions. Larry, the last thing I want to say is, we're going to play the final part of your movie now. Could you introduce it to us and let us know a little bit about that film?
Yeah, sure. Well, this last video shows actually like my honest opinion about projecting, like my reality. I was a bit like worried because it's actually quite hard sometimes to share a not happy ending. It's hard to share like sometimes the reality, like the bad things as the good things. I think uh, on the social media, our digital behavior, it tends to only show the good things, the sending, the good news, the happy endings. And well, this is like a real thing about me that I wanted to share with you guys, like how is a real normal process of me projecting in where I am going to fail or not send, or it's going to take me way more than 90% of the time.
Cool. Well, Larry, we said we introduced, we have got one question and we need to ask this because it's the only one.
I've read it a couple of times and it's from Climbing Easy. And they're basically asking, how, if like climbers are welcome in Margalef, or like things that climbers should keep in mind to be respectful of the place, since climbers, we can... I guess we can have also an environmental impact. I guess they're asking what we can do in order to keep respect towards the Margalef and the people living there.
Okay, well, that's an interesting question. And I'm really happy that someone asked that, because for me, it's really important like that climbers have this really aware and conscious part in their lives, and they want to like support the communities and help them. People in like, Margalef, the locals, like the most of the people is really old people, and they really love climbers. They are really happy always to receive climbers. They get super happy when they...
Oh, Larry, we just lost you there.
With the same locals.
No.
Yeah?
Yep. Okay, you're back. Yep. Sorry. Carry on.
Okay. I will continue. So I'm here and talking like with the people from the town. They might sometimes like complain, obviously, like about certain activities they don't like about some climbers. Like for example, when they come in their vans, people expect them to stay in the designated areas to sleep, like in the parking, because that supports also the community. Also, like the locals expect climbers to stay in their places. There's a lot of locals with like, I don't know, an extra room or a little Airbnb, so they can like generate more like income to the people from the town. And people really appreciate when the people that comes, they are not like loudy in the night, because like they are old, they go to bed like not so late. And yeah, I think it's easy about like just common sense about how to be respectful and consider with the old people from the town.
Lovely. Well, some great advice there, Larry. Thank you so much. Well, without further ado, let's play your movie. We'll say goodbye to you, Larry. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Have an awesome weekend. See you soon.
Bye.
Hi, guys.
Bye.
Cuando se trata de intentar algo a tu límite, siempre existe la posibilidad de fallar. Y es un riesgo con el que tienes que aprender a sentirte cómodo.
So for me, climbing with Lary means being around somebody who's always super motivated on her project, and then as a result of that, it motivates and inspires me to climb better.
Bueno, pues Lary ahorita vive en Margalef, entonces pues ha sido fácil hacer cordada con ella, y los días que he venido a asegurarla ha hecho high point. Entonces es como muy motivante verla ahí, así en su proyecto, muy fanática y todo el cuento. Así como yo la veo, yo creo que pronto va a ser la vía, porque está muy cerca de pasar como el crux. Y si ya haces el crux, tienes un buen reposo, y con la resistencia que ella tiene, seguramente llega hasta el top.
So yeah, it's been cool sharing project with Lary in Finestra. I think it works well having someone that you climb with and share a project. Well, not share the same project, but we're climbing in the same place and we share the motivation, you know. And when she's really motivated, it motivates me, and the other way around too. And we give each other advice and enjoy it together, you know. And it's much better sharing that process with someone rather than just being on your own. Yeah, I'll enjoy it.
Yo realmente siento que no me puedo quejar ni estar triste o decepcionada por aún no encadenar. A ver, para mí estar aquí y tener la oportunidad de seguir intentando es un privilegio, ¿no? Que no había tenido antes. Pues una razón, ¿no? Para sonreír, ya sea que vaya al proyecto o no, sacarle siempre el máximo provecho. Porque un día decidí que si le iba a dedicar tanto tiempo a la escalada, por lo menos ese tiempo sería de aprendizaje. No importa si viene de la roca, de mis ideas o de cualquier otro escalador dándome un consejo. Tener una actitud receptiva en la que cualquier cosa se puede terminar convirtiendo en mi lección del día. Siempre me ha parecido muy importante cuidar nuestras motivaciones, porque al final de cuentas, eso es lo que cambia todo. Cuando me di cuenta que la vía del Kim iba a ser un proyecto mentalmente duro para mí, supe que tenía que relajarme, ¿no? Seguir moviéndome, probando otras rutas, otras zonas, estilos de escalada, ¿no? Que me refresca, me llena de energía y claro, al mismo tiempo seguir intentando el proyecto, pero sin cerrarme solo ahí.
Same as I do you?
Porque al final de cuentas, proyectar también se trata de escucharte a ti mismo, ¿no? A lo que te mueve, de cuidar tus pensamientos y de controlarlos.
What a movie that is. That thing looks super hard, doesn't it?
Yeah, but like, again, with all of this movie, it's like, oh, I want to go try it, especially because of all those pockets.
You do love the pockets, don't you?
I do love the pockets.
What
yes,
specifically about a pocket do you love so much?
I just understood after a long period of time and different rock and different heartbreaks that pockets, just is my style of climbing.
Fair enough.
I just understand them. They understand me. I can pull on them, push on them. I don't know.
But is it a pulling thing or can you see
I think
them
No, I
easily?
think it's a pulling thing.
Okay,
I think it's a pulling thing, and I just feel comfortable with like open hand drags and stuff like that.
There we go. So Franken-Euro, I'm expecting you to crush that one day.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, yeah, I'm sure. We'll get a chance to go. Maybe film Alex Megas. Of course, I'm gonna do my best climbing in that occasion.
Of course you are.
This is a plug in case he's watching.
Alex, if you're watching, Terry wants to climb with you. Send the word. Now, guys, the next segment of this live show is all about you. It's your questions to us. Because, look, we're not pro climbers, but we work a lot with gear. Our job is to literally try things out sometimes. So if you have a question about certain pieces of gear, our favorite products, stuff like that, then do ask. And the first question that I've got coming through is about chalk. I think, yeah. So it's about chalk. A gentleman, where is he? I've lost it. There was a guy about chalk. Have you got his name?
I got it.
Go on.
Okay, so Loon's Ice Cool.
Yes.
He says, I have a weird question. Have you guys ever thought of your chalk
Seemed damp or not quite as dry as normal? This is a problem for me at the moment. I'm drying it out at the moment. So T, soggy chalk.
Yeah.
First of all, how might one avoid the soggy chalk sitch?
First of all, it's a real issue. Like, if it happens to you, like, the chalk won't do its job. So I guess just try and keep it in a closed compartment when you're not using it. So really close up the chalk bag, or put it in one of those buckets that you can turn and twist the lid. Make sure to twist it and close it, or else it might just spill all over your life. And if you want to dry it out, earlier you said to just put it on a tray.
I was thinking like a cat litter tray, you know what I mean? Like spread it out.
I thought like an oven tray.
Oh, oven tray.
An oven tray, lay it out, and then if it got chunky or something like that, you can like, I don't know, cook it up, lay it down. It also looks like you're cooking something else probably, but hey, it's chalk.
What? Some kind of drug den chalk thing.
No, flour without any purpose.
Right. I'd gone to a whole different place.
If you're making a cake and you're like, I don't know where to start, but you have flour and you just
Fine. I had a
that in
Breaking
the
Bad
oven.
thing going on in my head. I had just you.
I thought it was the most boring series ever.
Really?
Yeah, I really don't.
I thought it was brutal.
This is
but
probably the most controversial thing I ever said live on TV.
I'm well into Narcos though.
I don't like that either. I don't like.
You don't
any
like anything
angsty-
with controversy.
Yeah,
in it,
I don't
do
like
you?
any angsty TV show that just makes you uncomfortable and the people die. I know it's a fake blood,
Right.
but still.
There we go. We've gone off topic. So
Yes.
questions.
Oh,
More
questions from okay, so that was question number 1. Question 2 that I found from Nolan Wolf is
Is this an Instagram one or a YouTube?
it's a YouTube question because they've been writing YouTube questions underneath this video. Anyway, Nolan says, would you all recommend the Jewel 2 to newish climbers?
Jewel 2 from Edinburgh. I think we did a film on it. Yeah, I would. Look, it's you got to be careful how you say this. Assisted braking. That's it. It's a tubular device. So it's a bit like a gree in the fact that if you were to let go of the dead rope, then it auto blocks or it helps you to assisted braking. You'll be very careful what you say because you should never let go of that dead rope.
True, but very unlike a gree. It's like a very minimal design.
I mean,
like it's
gree
super
style.
light.
It locks
Yeah,
like a gree.
yeah.
Not like in ATC, if you were to let go and the climber falls, boom.
Yeah.
Pain. The Jewel less so. There's a Jewel 2 and then there's the Mega Jewel. And the big real difference is the rope. So if you have a Mega Jewel, it's for double rope. So if you're alpine climbing, it's also got a guide mode built in.
Right.
Whereas the Jewel 2 is more for specific sport climbing.
Okay.
I do think it's brilliant. It's a very close run thing for me between the BD Pilot and the Jewel 2.
You made a whole gear show about this.
We did a whole gear show on this. And I still don't quite know where I stand because I was always BD Pilot, but the Jewel is just smaller, it's dinky little thing. I quite like that.
Yeah, I like the Pilot though because of the thumb, like a
Yes.
the
And it's
thumb
warmer
catch.
as well because it's plastic
Warmer? Oh, okay.
rather than metal.
Right. Well,
I don't know. Yeah.
So, bottom line, good option for any climber. But if you start climbing, I guess, and maybe you learn with a gree or something, moving on to a tubular device might also be handy for the future in case you're gonna go like on multi-pitches and stuff like that. So getting a little device like this is quite handy, I guess, for your progression in climbing as well.
Yeah, and it's good value. And remember, 10 EpicTV Black Friday sale. You get 10% off everything in the shop. Therefore, if you go to the Black Friday discount page, which is linked down below, and I think Hugo's got it on screen. If you go to that page, you get 10% off everything. So if it's 50% already, it's 10% off 50. 50 plus 10 is 60. 60
Wait,
whole
I'm
percent.
not sure. Did it actually work like that?
I
Do you
don't
remember
know.
last year there was a whole percentage discussion?
Oh, gosh, really?
So I think does it end up to be a bit more, a bit less?
Oh, because it's 10% off the price.
Yes,
Yeah, fine.
Of the overall.
Look, when the thing's in your basket or the multiple things, you get 10% off those multiple things or thing with the code 10EpicTV. So all the gear we're chatting about today, you can then get it cheap.
Get for less than what you see on screen.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
More questions? I like these questions.
Oh, we do have more questions. Another shoe one. And it's like I don't want you to see the questions, so it's a surprise.
It's a
question.
surprise. Okay.
And also it's very far. So one question from Litos.
I just want to say that Terry has the biggest font size you've ever seen in your laptop right now.
And
She's still going in close.
I'm lying. Okay, he says, one question. I normally use Scarpa Instinct VS for boulder, but it's not the best thing for sport climbing. Do you have any recommendation for sport climbing shoes coming from the Instinct VS? And I think that's a good point because moving on from like a super shoe like the Instinct VS and you just like are looking for something else from sport climbing, you still want like a super shoe.
Well, reading between the lines, what he's wanting is a performance downturn shoe, probably with a split midsole, but with a stiffness, a stiffness to it. And that is a good question.
The Instinct VS does come with laces. So
You
maybe
can-
like a lace
It's
up
different
version.
shoe though. It's stiffer.
It is?
So yeah, you
Okay.
could go for that. I can't remember if it's got split midsole as well. I would kind of look at 510 to be honest. I'd look
Really?
at the high angles because the new high angles have the split sole, especially the white one, and it's got that stealth rubber which is very grippy and it is stiff. So 510 high angle I would recommend. There's one Unparallel. So the Unparallel flagship both the low volume women's version and the men's version is super stiff, has that flexi sole.
Yeah.
And is a very good shoe. Hugo's got the high angle up there now, so that is a good shoe. And then the unparalleled flagship
Men's version, I'd say.
or the women's, like it's still a stiff shoe.
Men's is way stiffer.
Oh yeah.
Personally, I found it.
It is, but then that's it is for sure.
Yeah.
But if you for you, for example, you're a lighter woman. Can I say that? I don't know how to say it politely. You're a light woman.
Fine.
You don't weigh much.
The other day, somebody was like looked at me. He was like, "Oh yeah, you're like 50 kilos." Just said it. He was like, "Oh, more or less, right?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, more or less." So like, I'm used to like just being pointed at, just like
Okay,
say a
so you realize,
number.
so the Unparalleled's on screen now. That's the men's version. But when you use the women's version for the slasher shoe, it's stiffer than the Zenith, for example. It's not just an indoor shoe.
Is it stiffer than the Zenith? Yes,
Gotta
it
be.
is.
Gotta be
It
stiffer
is.
than
It's just
Zenith.
a bit more pointy than the Zenith. But I went sport climbing with both of them, and I gotta say the Unparalleled male's version is a bit more reliable and stiffer for that outdoor long pitches.
Yeah, no, that's
whatever,
fair.
not bouldering.
So if you're looking to replace the VS with something a bit stiff, a bit more supportive, but still has the feel of the Scarpa VS, then that's I think, Unparalleled flagships and 510 high angle off the top of my head is what I can think about. Remember, guys, you can leave more questions. Keep on asking us. They're coming up all the time. This segment's going to go on for a little while until we get bored of asking questions. Have we got any other questions?
Do you want?
Have we got one?
Ooh,
Hugo's
got
got
a
one.
question.
Callum something.
This is from Callum
Oh,
something.
Callum Shaw says, would like to hear some thoughts of some of the lower end climbing shoes that are not just beginner shoes. Not all of us harder climbers can afford £130 for shoes each time.
Right, so I don't know if that was picked up on the mic, but Callum's asking about cheaper shoes, because shoes are ridiculously expensive nowadays.
A high-end climbing shoe that is not ridiculously expensive.
Yeah. So you've done a bit of research in this. Have you got any? And this is on the Black Friday sale on the EpicTV shop. This is what we're looking at for these bargains.
Yeah, we're looking through shoes and like thinking about like say like an €80 range, which you can get. Yeah, sure, beginner climbing shoes, but also like high-end climbing shoes. For example, the Anastasi VCS is on that page. Have you worn that shoe?
I have worn that. It was my third pair of climbing shoes.
Okay.
This is the Anastasi is the old one. We've now got the Niad, which we'll be doing movies on. But it's a good time. Sorry. Yeah. So the Niad, that will be coming out very soon. Oh, can we look at the old VCS, Hugo? So the Anastasi VCS, because it's at a great price, €83, down 40%.
But then we also saw that.
Look, we haven't got many sizes in because it is at the end. So if you happen to be a 38 or whatever it is on screen, that's good. So there's only 2 sizes on that. Look, we're in the discount bit here. But there was another shoe, wasn't there?
Yeah. Well, another brand, Boldrini, and the Boldrini Pantera. Check that out for a bargain climbing shoe. And right now in the EpicTV shop, it's 30% off. And yeah, just Boldrini is not maybe like a super well-known brand, but also why not try a new
that is a hidden sleeper. We did a review. I've got that shoe in my cupboard. It is high performance and no one knows about it, and it's only €83. That is a cracking deal. It really is. Can I look, see if we can find any more on it? We're just literally looking through the shop. God, there's so many good deals. The Force V. Oh no, that's both out of stock.
It's out of it's sold out. Sold out. It was such a good shoe.
It was a brilliant shoe. Yeah, exactly.
It was like the most comfortable shoe I ever tried.
Yeah,
because it's just super padded.
Yeah, so that's the Pantera is a fantastic shoe. No edge technology on that Pantera. Where do you get no edge technology for less than €100? Like you can't really get that thing. No. I don't know if they call it no edge. Is that a La Sportiva thing?
That is a La Sportiva thing, but basically just the technology that allows for the toes to feel everything beyond the point and not the pinpoint of the shoe.
Very good, I like that. Any more questions? We had some on Instagram, didn't we? Because we did put up a post on Instagram. I feel like we should do an Instagram with people.
Yes, talk to the people while I look for the Instagram.
I shall talk to the peeps. So remember that we have our Instagram channel, Facebook as well. And while we have this little pause, please remember to subscribe, because we need your subscribers on Climbing Daily. And also, you've been seeing movies from EpicTV, the main channel. You can subscribe to that as well, and you'll never miss one of our movies because we produce content every single day in some form or another. Please subscribe. Just give us a little click while you can right now. T, have you got some questions? Go on.
I have a fire question from JC 3.14159.
Like it's on fire? Or it's about fire?
it's about screw gates or it's about carabiners, and it's about whether you like a screw gate carabiner or an auto-locking carabiner.
What's your preference?
Guess.
Auto-locking.
No.
You like screw
They're
gate?
so fiddly.
I kind of agree.
I have them. I think
Yeah.
they're handy dandy here and there.
Yeah.
But honestly, yeah. And it's better to screw it up as well because you do that double check in your mind. You're like, okay, it's safe. Like,
But are we just old-fashioned? Because I'm talking about
No.
ones like the Edelrid one, which just flicks down, flicks up, and it's locked. It is genius in its concept. Maybe we're not used to it.
I like that one, but there's another one. You know, like the half twisty one that you're meant to do with
That
one
annoys
thumb.
me.
That
annoys me. Yeah.
Also, PTSD from previous climbing partners.
What happened
They
to
would
you?
get so mad at me because I wouldn't unlock it with my thumb because I was using my whole hand. It's just like, what do you want from me? I cannot open it with one thumb. Like, I'll just use my other fingers of that hand.
This is therapy as well. We've got things to deal with in our past, and we'll be getting it out today. Look, the only big advantage I would say, one of the advantages, is that with gloves on for alpine climbing, it is easier, undoubtedly.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely. You're trying to unscrew a screw gate with a big pair of gloves. It's a pain.
No, but the Edelrid one with the up and down.
It's not as bad. It's really not as bad.
No, that one
Yeah,
with gloves,
the
of
Edelrid one
course.
is, and every guide I've got who's a mate in Chamonix is like, it's brilliant.
How many guides have you got?
Well, this guy is Chamonix. There's loads of them. They're everywhere. But every guide I talk to, it sounds like I just talk about gear. Some people have mentioned to me that it's better, and I do agree with that one. But yeah, I like a twist. Am I weird? Are we weird?
A twist is nice.
Are we weird? Just comment weird or not weird if you agree with us on this one. I don't know.
And then
One more for Callum. I found the Boreal Mutant is €100.
Oh, Callum.
Oh,
Who's
that
asking about the
shoe.
shoe? Yeah, brilliant find from Hugo. Boreal Mutant on screen. It's only €100. It's 16% off. And it still is probably one of my favourite shoes of all time. I've only ever had it once, but it is utterly brilliant, honestly. And it goes through a whole life cycle.
what shoe is it?
Oh, the Boreal, mate. Have you never tried?
Mate.
Mate.
No, it's green.
It's such a good shoe, honestly. Honestly, it's a brilliant shoe. It starts off and it's stiff for sport climbing.
Okay.
Then it wears in and becomes better for bouldering. And by the end of its lifetime, it's a training shoe. And I
Okay.
lost the freaking thing. I had it resold
No,
with new Scarf Vibram rubber.
Yeah.
And I lost
Are you
it.
sure you lost it?
Yeah, I think, I did. I lost it at the local gym. It is a fantastic shoe. €100. Fully stocked.
Fully
I'm
stocked.
sorry we didn't find that one. Forget all of our other suggestions. Just go buy the Boreal Mutant. It's brilliant.
Oh, maybe that's in the name, mutant, so it changes with its lifespan.
Not because it's green, like a mutant.
No.
No. There we go.
Designers think about their names for products. Anyway,
Yeah.
another question.
Such a good shoe. I can't stop talking about it. It's brilliant. All right, carry on. It's made me happy. I'm literally
see an
happy because I get to
interesting-
talk about the mutant.
Yes.
Any tips against blisters on the foot in new shoes? Socks?
Man was asking at blisters on the foot with new shoes. You could wear socks, but then you'd be a bit of a loser, so don't do that.
Well, yes, I've had that issue, and I'm sorry because I
tape
know
your
the pain. I use climbing tape on my toes, and if it really hurts, so if I'm on like a sport climbing trip or something like that, I put a plaster and then tape over the plaster with the sport climbing tape.
You ever considered just buying the right size of shoe?
Yeah, I should be getting some. Shoes.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the reason I say that is because some shoes, like Black Diamond shoes, for example, I always get a pressure point on my big toe.
Okay.
Apart from the new one, which I don't even
Ooh.
know if we can talk about the new one.
Yes, you can because there's a video out about it.
I'm wearing a very exciting new Black Diamond shoe, and it's genuinely good. But sometimes shoes just have that, you know. Like for me, Black Diamond, I have a pressure point. I'm not saying that the solution is to get a new pair of shoes, but I am saying that sometimes if you get hot spots, it doesn't necessarily get better. It's just that shoe.
Well, or your foot. Why am I talking about my feet? You know, like this pressure points, like eventually your skin is gonna become tougher and like get used to that shoe.
Yeah.
And then you have like, what are they called? Like those nice
Calluses and stuff. So
That
you're
one.
saying I'm
saying
saying get a new
work-
shoe,
No,
and
no,
you're
no,
saying
I'm-
get a deformity.
Yes, I'm
Right.
saying work that shoe
Right.
foot till you deform enough that you can fit the shoe.
Please don't take Terry's advice and everything. So you might be wrong here. Hugo's got another question.
Jakob, who's been very patient.
Sorry, Jakob, we're getting to your question.
Jakob asks, he asks if we're going to be reviewing any Okun or Osun
Osun shoes. So Jakob wants to know if we're reviewing Osun shoes. I don't think there's any plan to review their shoes. We should do it. I would like to review because I'd like one. Their Dominator pad.
A friend of mine like swears by them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like she wanted Okun's shoes. I was like, oh, try the Scarpa ones out. She was like, no. I like those Okun ones. And I would Ossoon.
Like a bassoon. Yeah, I asked the bloke.
You're a bassoon.
I'm a bassoon. I've never tried any, no.
I tried the gloves.
Yeah, this is the thing. They make great gear. Like the Dominator pad is, I reckon, the best bouldering pad apart from the Wham one I talked about earlier. You can
and the Snap one.
And the Snap
All
ones.
the Snap ones.
It's a different pad, though, isn't it? That Ossoon Dominator is just massive.
Is it Dominator or Domino?
Dominator. Domino is the camp one.
Oh.
I
have...
Jakob, have you tried any? Yeah, good point. Jakob, have you tried any Ossoon shoes? What do you think?
I have more questions. Do you want a shoe question or another?
Well, we might need to draw this to a close in a minute because we have a special guest coming up at 1:30 and we need to crack a movie in. So what we're going to do is we'll probably hold this and answer some more questions in a minute. So get your questions in while we watch this new movie from Tom Bolger. It's fantastic. EpicTV main movie. Let's run that clip.
I'd say that Esperes is probably one of the bits of Margalef with some of the best rock in Margalef. It's pretty like exposed to all the elements. I think that there's a strange difference in Margalef. Like you always have these sort of like steep starts on orange rock, and then you always get the sort of like water worn blue rock at the top, which they give always like it's always like a contrasting style. Like the tops are pretty much always like rounded, slabby, smooth rock, and the starts is always pretty much powerful, explosive, dynamic climbing. All this season, so I bolted Wild West and I cleaned up an old project, Frenesy, and then Mr. Big. Like whether a route is good or bad, kind of like to me is all about the flow of the route. I think that's the only way that I can describe some. Like there's like loads of different elements. It might be the quality of the rock, the quality of the movements, the position. Like where is it? If it's like by the side of a road, like it could be the best climb ever, but it's like not as special because of the place where it is. But this one is like, it just feels like a perfect sort of straight up line in the middle of the Esperes sector, which is like a little mini Cyrus for me. It's, it's one of the best cliffs here. And it was just so surprising that it was sat there for so many years. The first routes in Esperes were vaulted maybe 20, 22 years ago. And it's just kind of like lay dormant until this winter. So I think it's it's amazing that it kind of gives you these little gifts now and again. But yeah, that's got to be up there as like the best one maybe. It has one big rest, but after that rest, all the moves are just like totally continuous. It's like, you know, it's this jumpy, dynamic style, and you're just flowing the whole way. You don't really have to stop at any point. The only points where you're stopping really is to like clip. And to find routes that climb like that is pretty unusual. Like, I think pocket climbing in general can give that style because there's not always that many tricks, you know, like knee bars and things that you would find in twofer areas where the flow of the route might be a bit slower. But that's the kind of like fast climbing on pockets, I think is you know, it's pretty special.
Venga, homie, fuerte. Venga, bicho. Vamos. Vamos, máquina, vamos, ¿eh? Vamos. Vamos.
Yeah, so I think I've like noticed just through trial and error over the years of finding out what works for me. And I think everybody has their own little system, their own way of approaching a climb that works for them. It's not a topic that I think's that well studied or well sort of shown within climbing. You know, everybody's maybe followed a training plan at some point, but I'm not sure that there's that many people who follow a sort of mental program or an approach towards climbing. And I found that for me, having a little mantra, which just directs my thoughts. For me, I need to stay in the moment when I'm climbing. It's too easy for me to wander into, well, what if that crimp up with the right hand feels bad, or what if like my foot slips, or what about that last clip, or what about, if you start thinking in those things, you won't flow. And as soon as I kind of use this little mantra that I found for myself, I can sort of enter into that flow state, and it helps me to stay there. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I've found has been a big change in my climbing. I can kind of enter into that flow state when I want, using that mantra, which years ago I couldn't do. And it really depended on if that day was going to be a good day or not. So I feel that in this point in my life, the creative circle of searching for, bolting, and trying to send new lines is what really motivates me the most. This process of developing projects, mainly for me and for future generations, is the best way that I can contribute back to the climbing community, and in my own way, complete the circle.
That was an epic, once again. Stunning cinematography.
Cinematography.
Exactly.
That one.
Now, eagle-eyed viewers may notice that we're wearing headphones, and that is because we have our second special guest waiting in the green room of the internet, Beatrice Colli, who I think we're going to go live right now to her. So Hugo's going to press the button and Beatrice is going to be joining us. She's a speed climbing specialist. She's an all-round absolute boss at climbing just generally. I've had the privilege to watch her on IFSC before, and there she is. I think we're on with Beatrice. Beatrice, hello. How's things?
Hello.
Yes. Hi everyone.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine. You?
Good, good. Where are you at? Because we heard you were in school.
I'm just outside the gym, climbing gym. Yes.
Awesome. Well, I'm very, very jealous of you. You get to go training. We're going to speak for a couple more hours here. Beatrice, first of all, tell us, for people who don't know who you are, just tell us about the kind of climbing you do and a little bit about your competition history.
Okay. Maybe as you know, I am a speed climber, but I also practice boulder and lead. Yeah, because I love climbing and I like training on boulders and on routes. Also, I love climbing outside because the feeling that it make me feel. And yes, but I also like compete in speed competition because I love go fast and also feel a bit agitated.
Beatrice, I had the privilege of watching you during the youth climbing championships, and obviously that was a pretty good competition for you. Just tell us a bit about Voronezh, Russia, and what happened there.
Okay, so I went there, and to be honest, I didn't have any expectation. I didn't want to win, but yeah, that was my goal, and I can say that I was yes, a bit agitated, but also I could have controlled myself very good, and I managed to win.
It was amazing watching you win. You've conquered the youth world. I know you're going to be, and you have been, stepping up to the senior side of the circuit. Just how much of a step up is that for people who don't know? So from the sort of the youth junior side into that senior competitions, it's tough out there, isn't it?
Yes, I mean competing in senior competition is really hard. It's like running through Lyons and feel very bad with other people, which are like Julia Kaplina, who has participated to the Olympics. But it feels so great, and it makes me feel like I'm stronger than maybe past years, and I like it.
And right now, so the competitions are over. What does your training schedule look like? Are you just prepping for the next year? Is it a bit more chill?
Yes, I mean, cause my heels, this month I have to rest and train only my arms, if I can say it. And on the first week of December, I can finally restart climbing. And maybe I'm gonna climb outside and feel more the love of climbing on the wall, on the rock.
Beatrice,
and yes,
Sorry, I interrupted you. Carry on.
No.
I'm glad you brought up the heels, because we did a gear show with you where we were looking at how you adapt and how you've worked with Vibram to adapt your climbing shoes. Can you just tell us a bit about the heel issue that you have and how you've had to change the design of shoes in order to sort that out?
Yeah, so I have a predisposition in my heels that cause me pain because the pressure of the shoes. And Vibram collabed with me, and we created shoes which doesn't have the normal heel. In fact, it's bigger than the normal shoes, and it presents a piece of rubber which can make me feel less pressure.
And I know Hugo is going to be linking that film, the gear show that we had that chat about in the comments, because it's a great, it's a cool film, and it really gave me an insight, because I wasn't aware of that issue. And
right.
So
I know many people who have this problem.
Yeah, I
many
think
people ask me on Instagram.
Yeah, also the response that we saw in the video from you talking about it is that it was like, yeah, it's a common problem. It's like, how do people get around this issue if they don't have modified training shoes?
Yes, very bad.
Yeah, is that so? Beatrice, obviously this is a gear show. We're chatting about gear. What is your favorite climbing shoe that you wear?
I usually climbing with Drago. Scarpa Drago for boulder and lead, and I used to use Cobra from La Sportiva for speed.
Okay, awesome. Well, some great shoe choices there, Beatrice. Beatrice, I wanted to ask you about your EpicTV films, because you're in a series that we've done with EpicTV. Just tell us a bit about those movies.
Okay, it started. So the main team is the last goal of the youth championship, and it started on I don't know, February maybe, with me talking about that goal, and I said I want to win the speed title, and then I did it. And,
it was amazing. Well, those films are available on the EpicTV YouTube channel. Thank you, Beatrice. I know you've got your training to do. Thank you so much for speaking to us today. Really, really appreciate it. And we'll see you later.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Well, that was Beatrice. Thank you so much for joining us. And her films are available on EpicTV. So thank you very much for that. So, Terry, we've got some more gear questions coming in now from all over the place. Have you got a couple ready?
I forgot the name, but somebody was talking about a second crash pad to get after a Petzl Chiro. Cyro.
Chiro.
So what would you recommend for like a second crash pad? Because like the Zero, I'm just gonna call it like that, is like an intermediate, like it's like a medium crash pad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like mid-range. So it's not a huge one, it's not a small one. So if you were going to supplement that crash pad, I reckon you either have to think, do I want to go mega big, or do I want to go really small? Obviously, stuff like Mega Big, you've got that WAM pad that we were chatting about earlier. Stuff like the Moon Saturn is enormous. Whacking great big pad. Look, personally, if I was supplementing that pad, I would go small, because if you've already got a medium pad and you buy a mammoth whacking great big pad, you're gonna have to carry around two fairly large pads. I think it's better to go for a medium pad and a small one, because small ones are always really good to like fill in those holes. Something like the Camp Minido, €150. That's very, very good. And you can go quite budget on this, I think. So BL Air Light, for example, it's 125. And then the Black Diamond series, the Impact Crash Pad, €160. It's 11% off at the moment.
That's a good bargain.
It is a good bargain. I think it's up on screen soon, but it's going to be, the Impact Crash Pad down the bottom is 160 or €159.95.
And I guess for the people who are just joining us now, we are doing this Friday Gear Show because we also have a special discount code for the EpicTV shop, and it's an extra 10% off on all the climbing gear that you're going to buy. And the code is It's 10 Epic. I'm dialed in from last year. Now the code is 10 Epic, so 10 Epic TV, all in caps. That's the code you can use for an extra 10% off. And about discounts, we are going to talk about the super best bargains that we found on the shop.
Yes, exactly. So what we did is, throughout the show, we're going to be talking about in different sections about sort of different categories of gear. And for the next one, we just went pure percentage.
Yeah.
So we went on and we clicked the percentage button that you can find on the left-hand side of the Epic TV shop to filter searches. And we just found ridiculous percentages off. Now, look, obviously, stock is going to be an issue with some of these things, because if you stick 60% off an item, you can't expect to have the full range there. But if you're watching this and you see a deal, this might just be perfect for you. And, well, we've got some huge deals. So, Tia, you're
starting off first. I'm starting off first with the Mountain Hardwear Women's Core Pre-Shell Hoodie. A lot of things. So it's a jacket and it's a hoodie. No, it's basically a super lightweight jacket. Is wind and water resistant. So it's not like waterproof, because that's not what you want from like a light jacket anyway. But yeah, it's super lightweight, wind resistant, and it has Pertec's most breathable fabric, which is the Quantum Air. And I'm just mentioning this very fun fact about fabrics because it just means it's a super fabric that will make you sweat and transpire and all of that, but at the same time keep you warm and not warm, but like, you know, insulated. There we go.
Well, it's one of those jackets. I always think with these jackets, because it's like almost like a base layer jacket, right? I think it's outrageous that anyone should pay full price for that stuff anyway. Because, like, you know, if I'm going to pull full price for a jacket, I want it to be like a Gore-Tex thing.
Yeah.
It's 60% off.
It's 60% off, yeah. And
that's stupidly cheap.
Well, it's 52 euros. It's more than that. Instead of 150, you know, it goes down to 52 euros. And it's available in blue and yellow. Obviously, again, like you said before, the sizes are a bit up and down.
Yeah, but if you're a small or medium, like you're in. There's only a medium of it is the largest size anyway, and you do want the smaller size, because for me, I want it to be on me.
It's a pre-shell jacket,
exactly, yeah.
So you're gonna put a shell over this, and you don't want something bulky.
Exactly, just get in the way. Yeah. So I actually think that's the great size.
So you like my pick?
I love your pick.
60% off.
60%, that's all I care about. 60%, that's stupid. If anyone's watching this and hasn't bought that jacket, why?
Are you going to buy it for them?
I don't think I'm a women's small, but I could be.
You're a women's medium.
How, really?
I think so.
Really? I don't know if I'm like, shouldn't I be like a women's extra large? Just like, no?
No.
Fine. My second is a harness. The Edelrid Lupo 2 Adjust is my pick for discounts, because it is 40% off at the moment. It is a sport climbing specific harness, and this is why I'm excited by this, because it is a specialist piece of gear. Don't buy this if you want an all-round harness. It's fast and light. You can see there's no belay loop at the front. It's just a tie-in point, so you just tie the figure of 8 through that. It's got 2 gear loops. I don't know if it's got 4 or 2, but like honestly, it's 2 gear loops.
2.
Just who needs gear? We're talking about when the quick draws are in the wall, you're going for your red point attempt. There's 2 versions of this harness. There's the adjust here, and there's also a non-adjust.
Yeah, I was going to say, why are the leg loops adjustable on a sport climbing harness?
Well, think bigger picture here, right? Because imagine that you're an alpine climber, fast and light. You're ridge climbing, for example. You don't need a huge amount of gear. Mm-hmm. That is a great alpine harness because it's adjustable, so you can put it on over bulky kit. You can go and have a pee easily.
Sure.
Therefore...
It's never easy for us.
What, people or
girls?
Girls.
Women.
There we go.
Nope.
So that's why it's adjustable, or could be adjustable for that. It's €56.94, 40% off. There's small and large sizes available. If you're looking for a specialist bit of kit, that's a bargain.
That is a bargain. Nice color as well. How many are in stock? That's a good stock.
There's some. There's one small and there's 2 larges, but there is the other one, the non-adjust as well. Oh, and do let us know. Do keep commenting. Hit up the comments and let us know if you like our selections of gear.
Yeah, are we helpful to you? Or else you can type in the comments what we should look up and talk about and look into. But my next bit of gear, and I chose this purely for the percentage off is the Black Diamond pitons.
You are a surprise. You picked trad gear and pitons out of your list.
I cannot find my page anymore. But anyway, the Black Diamond pitons are 40% off. So instead of 22 euros, you can get them for 13. And basically, I guess if you're a person that uses pitons in their climbing, just get them. Super bargain. They're available in all sizes, and they differ in length and weight.
Have you ever placed a piton?
I placed one piton in my life.
Oh, tell me about it.
I was up. I'm gonna build this up. I was
the
up
mist rolled in
on Everest, on the which face has rock of Everest, the south face, I think. And okay, so I was on the Everest south face, and no, that's not true. I placed one piton in the Dolomites.
Sorry, how long that story was going to go on for.
Yeah, I was like,
I
cannot say that stuff. No, I placed one piton in the Dolomites, and I got a piton lesson from one of the guides there, because he was telling me that climbing in the Dolomites and on Dolomia, so that type of rock over there, it's good to use pitons on that rock because the rock like waves. So it's, okay, imagine like granite, and like the cracks in granite are very straight.
Yeah.
Instead, the cracks in that type of rock are wavy. So when you place in a piton and you hammer it in, and that is the funnest part of, pitons. Yeah, so it waves in, and then we pulled it out, and you see this woven in piton, which basically means that if you actually stick it in well, it waves in and it's never gonna come out. So that's why like routes in the Dolomites are opened with pitons.
Wow, that was a lesson. I wasn't expecting that.
Really?
Yeah, that was good.
I told you I had a fun fact.
I know, but sometimes your fun facts aren't particularly fun.
This is a fun one.
That was a fun one. I like that. So your piton's 40% off.
Yes.
Again, just showing the sort of range of stuff we've got, because we've had jackets, shoes, and gear now as well. So there is a lot. I'm also going Mountain Hardware for my second big percentage off. And that is a bit of a theme throughout. Mountain Hardware is really reasonably priced at the moment. So I'm looking at the Core Strata jacket. 50% off. Huge discount, half price, 115 euros. So it's fantastic. Now, this is similar to yours, right? In fact, that it's meant to be underneath, but it's 40 grams of synthetic insulation.
Yeah, look, yours is like that one step above the jacket I proposed because of the extra layer insulation, but it's synthetic insulation, right?
Exactly. So I'm thinking about, so it doesn't get wet. So if you were on a soggy belay or you're being dripped on, it doesn't get wet.
Or you're a sweaty climber.
Well, exactly, because it's close to the skin. It's going to sweat, isn't it? And then you want that synthetic. It's one of those, again, a jacket you can bundle up, stick on your harness, or just wear it right from the get-go. It's a bit like a long-sleeve gilet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, a gilet. Who doesn't love a gilet?
I love a gilet. I love it. Me and Hugo used to go on climbing trips together, and Hugo was a convert of the gilet. He liked the gilet, and I didn't like it. I'll be honest. I always thought, like, why not just buy a jacket with sleeves, for example? But then Arc'teryx sent me a gilet that is wonderful.
Sure.
I love a gilet now. It's the only gilet I own. No one else has sent me a gilet, but
I think they look funny. No, you guys wear them really well. I might get fired if this goes the wrong way.
I like a polo neck and a gilet. I feel like a sort of a posh farmer boy. Yeah, polo neck and a gilet. That's my styles.
Oh gosh,
that's what I like.
Somebody actually did ask us on Instagram about like climbing clothes.
Yes.
I didn't really understand the question, but I'm gonna rephrase it into what's a perfect layering system when you go climbing?
Well, obviously, as you've just heard, it would be the gilet for me. So I like to go base layer long sleeve, t-shirt, possibly gilet, maybe a Core Strata or a soft shell. If it's really cold, I'll then go down jacket and finish it off with a waterproof.
Oh, okay.
I don't go leggings very often.
I love a good legging, especially if they're like, I've got like some like premium woolen leggings, which are really itchy. So most of the time I'm like itching my legs. Right. But I would add leggings in, maybe not woolen ones because of the itch.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. Yes, let's answer some questions, and then we're gonna. What are we gonna do after this? Oh, then we get to do some more films, but some questions coming through. Sam Francis just asked best beginner crash pad. Now, in all honesty, this is a bit similar to sorry, my child.
I'm doing this very discreetly.
It's a long chat, this, isn't it? Crash pads again. What I talked about before, which is that impact crash pad. I don't really think there's such thing as a beginner crash pad, number one. I think there are cheap crash pads. I think there are like normal crash pads. A very, very cheap crash pad won't last as long. However, they are cheaper.
And if you're just getting into bouldering and then, you might decide it's the wrong sport for you, you can always, move on to more gear and different than bouldering pads, or you can upgrade that first bouldering pad you got. So even if you get a cheap one, I'd say like maybe get a cheap and medium-sized one.
See, I think that bouldering's the best sport.
Yeah.
I think whoever starts bouldering will be a boulderer forever. And I just personally... I wouldn't go for the cheap enough. I would just go a little bit more expensive, spend a bit more money. I know that's controversial. Impact is a good one. And Impact is small, but also the Mondo is a good one.
And then there's a blue one in between those two, the medium one.
I don't know if they make that anymore.
Oh, there you go.
The drop zone. Oh, they do. So the drop zone is a big one.
Oh, it's medium. So that was my first crash pad and only. And I gave it up real quickly. But I just thought size-wise it was perfect.
Okay. Snap pads as well. I'm thinking stamina hip, grand guts. Like all of the snap pads are pretty much discounted on the EpicTV shop at the moment.
However, if you're trying to make friends, get an organic crash pad.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you not just think you're a bit like hippie? Like
no, I think they're expensive.
Yeah, I know. They are really expensive. It's €400 for a crash pad.
But they're nice.
They are nice. They're also unique, aren't they?
They're all unique, yeah. Every crash pad is different.
You guys got a question?
Lightweight jacket and pant question. What would you want for durable, flexible, good for off-width?
Someone's asking about lightweight jackets and pants for durable, flexible, good for off-widths. Number one, climbing easy. Just don't.
Oh.
Do not.
It hurts. It really hurts.
But like lightweight jacket for off-width thing. Like
no, I'm just gonna say, I was just talking about off-widths.
Oh, okay.
They hurt.
Terry says don't do them. I would not recommend a lightweight gear for off-width. It's the most gear-wrecking kind of climbing you can do. Like a shell would be better. Yeah, it's going to be more durable.
Yeah, but I do have that Arc'teryx really light jacket, like your Mountain Hardware. What is it called, the Mountain Hardware one? Your really lightweight jacket.
I just think you're going to go through it.
Yeah, but my Arc'teryx one didn't, and I had it for like 5 years now.
But you just said you don't like off-width thing.
I don't like off.
Have you ever done an off-width in this jacket?
No, why would I? But I've climbed a lot in this jacket, and in cracks, I put my arms in there. It's very durable, and to this day, 5 years on, it doesn't really have a scratch.
Yeah, okay. So Arc'teryx quality. I think look, you've either got to spend a lot of money and go for quality, but just be aware that you might damage it. But maybe Rab. For some, I would almost go with anything stretchy. So I'm thinking, the Black Diamond high.
Is it Highline? We had the Highline. No, we didn't have the
one we had. I can't remember what it is, but there's a stretchy one, a jumper. If you guys got almost like a soft shell, that could be the way to go as well. Like something that's between a hard shell and a fleece.
Something that you can patch up easily.
Yeah, like that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But generally, I mean,
I wouldn't waste like a jacket in an off-width.
Yeah, I wouldn't go lightweight. If you think lightweight for an off-width, I think that's a bit of a mistake.
Yeah, depends.
Yeah.
If you can patch it up. If you're willing to patch it up.
Twig is saying bargain sport harness all-rounder. I'm going to pull up my harness.
The one you found.
Thing. Well, it's not an all-rounder though, is it? You know what I mean? It's like I'm going to go. Hang on, I'm just doing this as we speak.
Oh, Black Diamond Solutions.
Is it on discount though?
Yeah, they are discounted, and they are about €50.
Okay,
but I'm doing it off
good.
the top of my head, so I better look it up.
I always think a good all-rounder is the Camp Energy CR4. Which is a fantastic all-rounder, or the Camp Energy. That's my all-rounder at the moment. I also love the BL Ghost. That's 13% off at the moment. That's just €77.99. It's less of an all-rounder than an all-rounder because it's got a floppy back gear thing. But it is a great all-rounder, and it is a very reasonably priced harness. The BL Ghost. €77.99. 13% off.
And there's also the one with the limited edition one with all the different flags.
Yes.
So if you're a very patriotic person, go up.
Hang on, Hugo will pull it up.
I cannot find the page.
But there's so the BL Ghost is a good all-rounder, but sort of like towards the light side of it.
Yeah,
Yes.
but 64 euros.
Yeah, that's true. So the limited edition one with the flag is actually cheaper. So that's only €64.68. That is more of a sport climbing all-rounder. So that's the normal one on screen now. That's 77. But if you want one with the flag and it's a slightly lighter colour, then there it is, that one there. It's €64. That is a bargain.
So you can get Italy, Japan, France, and UK flags.
Yes.
That is a bargain. And sizes are available if you want to get an Italia.
GF66 asked an interesting question, which I don't know the answer to, so I'm going to put it out. He's saying, why is no one ever talking about Edelrid crash pads? They are not really expensive and have lots of features. I love the Edelrid Crux. I have never even seen an Edelrid crash pad.
Yeah, because you don't look. The other day when we were bouldering, your friend had
Did he?
another rig.
Oh, yeah, but that was a mini one.
Yeah, it was a mini one. And it was also a stick-on climbing mat for the shoes thing. Anyway, yeah, there are
no idea
out
what
there.
you're talking about. What's the stick-on crash pad thing for your shoes?
The mat, we talked about it earlier.
Oh, well, you slip
we
inside.
don't know how to call it.
Okay,
yeah, that one.
Yeah, fine.
Oh,
yes, of course we have
one,
it. Right,
mantle.
fine. I think I've just had a
but
brain
they're
fart.
currently out of stock, so that's why we're not talking about them.
Well, there we go. They don't exist in our opinion.
But soon they'll be in stock again.
Yeah,
maybe.
But yeah, it's not a crash pad I've really used a lot personally.
I've seen them around. They're nice though, because that patch, to clean your shoes, they have that. I'm really big into that patch lately.
The patch.
The patch. Why get a crash pad without a shoe mat patch?
Yeah, you mean the little fluffy bit? Yeah, that is very nice. Any more questions coming through? We are going to be moving on to a film soon and then a game. But Hugo's got a question.
The GF2666. Have you already?
Yes, we answered that one. Mr. GF.
Oh, I have questions on Instagram.
Oh yeah, ask an Instagrammy one. And while I'm filling, please subscribe to the channel. So we're about halfway through today's live show. If you've been with us from the beginning, well done. This is climbing radio for the modern day workplace when you have to skive off, or if you're working from home, it's Friday. I hope you're enjoying it anyway. We're talking about discount codes. 10 EpicTV is 10% off everything in the shop, including Black Friday discount deals. All right, hit me with a question.
Okay, Nico. Maybe Nicole. He asks, how does your gear age? How does gear age?
There is a difference between hard and soft gear, number one. Soft gear, we're talking anything with sort of like webbing style, so harnesses, slings, ropes.
What
and then
is
there's
this?
hardware. That would be counted as hardware because of that. But
sling.
you have got some software on it too. There are different legal retirement ages for hard and soft goods. I don't know them off the top of my head. It's like 5 and 10 years. Obviously, you don't want to keep gear going until the very end, and a lot of this depends on how you look after your equipment. Look after it, it will last longer. Treat it like crap, and it will not last longer. And we have got cleaning videos. We've done a sleeping bag cleaning video and a cam cleaning video, which no one really watched, but it was a fascinating video, I thought.
Yeah, there are cleaning products and stuff like that. There's also an article about that cleaning video.
Yes.
If you want to follow step by step on how to clean cams.
Yeah. Can I tell a story about this?
No, I think I had a good metaphor for, taking care of your cams.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your face. You put moisturizer, it's gonna last. You don't? Not really. And sunscreen as well, kids.
There we go. Put sunscreen on your cams.
On your
I heard it here
cams.
first.
Don't do that.
My story was about just before lockdown. Me and Hugo filmed literally before the first lockdown. We were sitting in an EpicTV office, empty, in a bathroom, filling a bathwater full of bath. When the next day we're about to be locked down and we thought it was a zombie apocalypse. And it was the weirdest shoot I've ever been part of.
We all thought it was gonna last 2 weeks.
I was convinced it was a zombie apocalypse.
Oh, you brought... Yeah.
Just
so check out that video if you want to clean your rope. And on the EpicTV shop, there are also rope cleaning products.
Yes, exactly. So, guys, keep your questions coming. I think we're going to move on to a movie now, which is a movie about Seb Want. Now, Black Diamond athlete, and we filmed it with Black Diamond. He was on a slightly weird 9A+, near Briançon. Where I think in the area you guys are going to be going to in a couple of days. It's a wicked 9A+. Check out the Climbing Daily film.
Since 9A, it depends of many things. Firstly, the style of the route, if it fits you or not, and then your shape, and then the conditions, and then the time you are walking on. if I have only 2 days, like now, it's a bit game changing if you have good conditions or not, because you have not so clear on the route and you are still making some mistake. You have many factors who make the sand or the fail. Here we are near Briançon, in El Froide, and the sector it's called Facebook. Facebook sector is like a beautiful overhanging granite wall. It's quite amazing because you have some typical granite hold, like some cracks, some vertical crimps. It makes the climb really fun because overhanging in granite is not so much typical. So this crag is quite amazing. The line was vaulted by Yann Gasquier, alias Diego, a local from here, mountain guide, and he's working on the PGHM. He's a super strong climber, and the grade is 9A. 9A, it's, well, it's quite hard. We can divide the route in more or less 3 parts. The first part quite easy with a little boulder on the start, but after you have like big moves but on jugs. Then big rest. And then lies the crux of the 80. So the crux of the 80, you have to go up with a hill, little hold and piece vertical crimp, and you have to jump on a good hold. And that's a cool crux, but it's on the skin. Then a little rest on sloper, which is not so good. Actually, I don't know if I have to take it or not. And then the traverse. The traverse is the main crux of the 9A. So you have to go down on vertical and then like go super far away on the right Gaston. This is super physical move, and I think if you are small, it can be really hard. And then the main crux, you have to take another clean, put up the feet and intermediate and jump on the 2-finger Gaston, and the crux is to stick it. I wasn't so much warm and feel pretty pumped on the crux. And a bit weak because like this move is powerful. When you are tired, it felt way harder than on the single move. And then this route is super fun because you have a big move on the right, like, and quite fun and quite powerful. I tried this route 2 days ago and I was pretty close, like falling on the crux, but almost sticking the two-finger pocket. But today, well, warm-up try was not so good. I didn't stick the two-finger pocket, and then conditions are not so good, and maybe my body is not so strong. So let's see how it's going the second try. A day like today, walking on a 9A, it's kind of training, and also it's kind of refreshing the mind, because changing and I think a bit more easier. It's cool because you are moving a bit more on the route and succeed, and or not. I don't know for today, but at least you have more chance to succeed, and it makes you more confident. So that's really important at some point to change from the big purge to do some easier route or some good training. Like I think 2 days on the purge and then change, and then 2 days on the purge and then change. It's a good strategy. I climb because I love that. It's like my way of living. It's not only a sport. I am living for climbing. I'm traveling, enjoying discovering new places, new routes, new projects. The challenge also. I like the challenge, like to put myself in a route higher than my level, and then pieces by pieces, working the routes and progressing, making some links, and then finally a sand at the end. So I fell a second time on the crux section. I wasn't feeling so strong, and sometimes you lose, sometimes you win, but every time you learn. So I will learn from my mistake today, and because at the end I found a little beta which can help on the crux section, but a bit too late for sure. So I will come back for this one day, maybe not too soon, but I will come back for sure.
Hello, guys. Sorry about that. We had a black screen moment, but we are back. Thank you for joining us, and welcome if you are joining us for this live show. We're doing this because it's Black Friday week, so we're talking all things gear. We have a special discount code, 10EpicTV, on the Epic TV shop. Links down below for 10% off everything in the store. That's including everything that's already discounted.
So discount on the discount.
Exactly, double D, double discount. We've had special guests. We've had Beatrice Colli, we've had Lary Arce, how do I say it? Arce, yeah.
I think so.
And next, we have Stefano Ghisolfi being lined up. He's going to come on soon. But before he comes on, we're going to play a game, ladies and gentlemen. A fun game, sure. And yet, still a sort of a game where someone can win, because it's me versus T. Hugo is going to come and join us.
Wait. What's a prize? I don't know we could win something.
Everlasting respect until next Black Friday.
Fine.
That is it. You get a year's worth of respect.
That's my paper.
From the other. I've got my paper. Where's your paper?
That's your paper.
That's
my paper.
That's not your paper.
That
oh, right.
is my paper.
So here's what we're going to do. Hugo's going to come on and read some questions. For example, he's going to ask, Terry, what is your favourite climbing shoe brand? I then have to guess what her favourite climbing shoe brand or model is. She writes down her answer. I write down mine. 3, 2, 1. We hold it up. So it's a bit like one of those things. How well do you know someone? It's one of those games.
But guys, if you have questions for us, type them. Send them to us. Now is your moment, because we have them on screen.
There we go. So if you want to join in, you can. Stefano Ghisolfi is going to be up after this game. So we'll get Hugo in here. He's going to ask us some of the questions. T, are you feeling nervous?
No, I'm just very competitive, and I know you're too. So good luck, mate.
Yeah, I don't really shake hands to my rivals, but I'm just not really a handshaker. That's
so rude.
Bring it. All right, bring it on. What I'm concerned about is, you said earlier that I don't listen.
You don't listen.
Exactly, and therefore,
ever.
I'm meant to remember things you like, and I don't know how well this is going to go.
It's fine. We've had discussions about these questions all the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Good luck.
So Hugo, you're going to come. Right. So here comes
Game
Hugo.
Master.
Gary Rogers.
Do you want like a handheld microphone, like a MC?
Have you got the questions?
Do you want?
No, where are they?
They're on here. I'll pull them up. Hang on.
Should I take one of these off?
No, that's fine.
They're,
okay.
Do you have questions up?
I'll try to bring my computer.
Maybe it's on the links document at the bottom. See, this is live, ladies and gentlemen. Okay,
this is the behind the scenes live.
Yeah, it's behind the scenes. So I've got my paper. Terry's got hers. Hugo's going to read it out.
Quickly, Gary Rogers asked about unparalleled sizing.
Gary Rogers, unparalleled sizing. Interesting. I go street shoe size and half a size down, but I think I might go
half a size down for a performance fit.
Yeah, so street shoe size for normal, half a size down for performance.
I got street shoe size, and I'm happy just because they're tight enough. Sure, if they were my project shoe, I would downsize them.
Mm-hmm.
But I got other shoes, honestly. So yeah, street shoe size or.
Oh, this is exciting, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Hugo is about to change the battery.
And if
he's going to put a shot. If you remember the Olympics, we did commentating on him changing it. But apparently we're just going to talk about a shop screen.
It was a whole feature during our Olympic stream for the 4 days. People were on the live show just to wait for this moment. The battery change.
So what I'm going to do is there's going to be a shop screen, sure. Whatever you want.
That one is fine.
There we go, solution honest. But we're going to kind of ignore this because I'm basically going to commentate Hugo changing the battery. So your visual will be the wonderful Epic TV shop discount sale. Your audio, ladies and gentlemen, will be Hugo ramping himself up to change this battery. Oh, we've got. It's all gone terribly wrong. It was going really, really beautifully. This is what, when Hugo has to leave, it all goes to bits and we just have to talk. Because how's he going to scroll? It's just going to have to be there, isn't it? Anyway, so Hugo Pilcher enters. He's approached the camera from the back side of camera. He's gone for the lift and flick. He's now flicked the battery door open. We have battery out. For some reason, though, he's putting the camera back on the tripod. Now he's left it balanced precariously, hanging off the edge of the tripod.
An object at rest stays at rest. An object at rest stays at rest.
Terrifying moments, heart in the mouth. He has got the battery. Oh, and he's regained control of the camera. Flick on the battery door. It's pushed in. We have a good connection. He fumbled slightly with the door. He's now twisting it back on. We're back on the tripod and the camera is on. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back fully functioning, I think, but we have still got the shop screen. He's focusing. He's having to refocus. Terry, what's going on here? Surely the focus is preset.
No, because it switched off on and off.
Ah, GH5. Right? GH5.
Here
and
we
back.
are again with a new battery.
I wonder if anyone's watching this or even...
Why would anyone be a cameraman?
Why would anyone be a cameraman? Exactly.
The stress of changing a battery.
Yeah. Well, we have 15 minutes until Stefano Ghisolfi is joining us. We're going to play this game now. So,
okay.
Who knows who best? Let's find out.
This is like climbing partner test.
Yeah. No cheating, T.
Why are you that?
Okay, I'll take it quite close.
Okay.
What is Teresa's favourite climbing shoe model?
Model.
Okay, so not just brand.
Brand and model.
I think no, specific.
Okay.
This one is easy.
I know, but I can't remember the name of it.
Big handwriting.
Oh, this
How
is...
many bits of paper do you have?
Enough.
I told you to get a black pen.
I know, but this is big enough.
I'm ready.
No, don't look.
I'm not looking.
I'm not done.
My handwriting's very bad, so hopefully you'll be able to see this.
Okay, go.
Ready?
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
What did you do?
La Sportiva Oasi.
I went, oh, it's a tacky! Look, I did say I forgot the name of it. I had the O. It's the one you had signed by everyone.
You seriously just have an O there?
No,
Oasi.
because...
That's a denial shoe.
Oh, crap.
I don't cheat.
It's the
not
one.
a La Sportiva.
Minus one point from that. Definitely.
Minus one.
That was the only one I think I knew as well. That's literally the only one I thought I knew. Embarrassing. Embarrassing.
Okay. Right. Next one. What is Teresa's dream climb?
Should not be me.
What is Matt's dream climb?
Have you already written? I haven't written mine yet.
Okay.
Okay.
What is Matt's dream climb?
I don't know how to spell it, but I'm... yeah. Okay. Ready?
I just did this one because I...
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
I've gone for Gaia.
Are you serious?
Jack's broken heart. Dream climb.
You tried it.
I've tried it.
You said you wanted to do it.
Dream Gaia is my dream. Yeah, like a
Yeah, but
dream.
I couldn't care less about you and trad climbing.
How
You're just gonna
dare you?
break your leg.
Someone's just commented more thrilling than Formula One. I think he's talking about the battery change, not this game.
No, you should learn more often.
We should do. Okay, so we both failed so far.
Gaia?
You're not Jax. Jax I just can't do. Right.
Okay,
Sorry.
next.
So we're both at -1.
Yeah.
Right, what is Teresa's harness of choice? Teresa's harness of choice.
Of choice, not one you already own then.
Ooh,
Strange
okay.
wordplay. I don't really
I
know
own
what to do with
it.
it.
This is one you own.
I own it. Wait,
Oh, I
wait,
know,
wait.
I know,
No.
I know.
Because this is a new thing, Matt.
I know what it
Listen
is.
for a second. This is a new harness that I worn once, maybe twice.
Oh, what?
Twice.
Don't give it away.
And is the name of a celebrity.
What?
That yesterday you asked me who she's
come
dating.
on, fine. You just told me the answer. I would have gone for something
Why did
different.
you do that?
I don't know.
I don't think he knows it.
I do know. Well, I know it now, but I don't know how it's exactly is. I don't know how it's spelled, to be honest.
There we go.
Okay, but I'm gonna get the spelling wrong. Can I say it as well? Ready?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go.
The Salima thing.
Oh, fine.
Yeah.
See, but you wrote mosquito first.
I wrote mosquito first because you love that harness.
Yeah, I mean, you gave it away.
Yeah, but I moved on.
You can't.
In life, you gotta move on.
Do you know how games work, right?
No.
You get the concept of this. If you tell me the answer, I'll get the answer.
I honestly thought you weren't gonna get it, and I wasn't gonna say mosquito.
Fine. Fine.
Okay.
One job.
I need more
Whose
paper.
go is it? Is it Matt's go? Okay,
My go.
Matt. Who is Matt's hero worship pro climber?
I'm gonna have to really think about this, actually. Okay, I know.
He's a teacher's pet. I know what he's gonna say.
Do you? I don't think you do.
Just spat all over my computer.
You did. Lovely. All right.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, up.
Jimmy Webb.
Jimmy
Oh,
Webb.
come on!
JG.
You're filming with him next week.
I'm filming with him, but I love Jimmy Webb. He's my
I can
hero.
verify that he does
Yeah,
love Jimmy Webb.
I played pool with him. Oh, love that dude.
Oh.
He's so tall.
Wait, so far we've got. Oh, you got one question.
Yeah, you gave me one.
I
yeah.
gave you one.
Matt came back from -1 to 0.
Excellent.
Matt's currently on 0.
I'm on -2.
Is anyone watching this? We've got dead on the comments. Do let us know if you're enjoying our little game.
Okay, last one. All right, whoever wins this is the winner.
Okay. Ooh,
Oh,
really?
wait.
Okay.
It's my turn.
Which? Oh yeah, this is a good one. Proudest descent. What is Teresa's proudest descent?
And I know you didn't listen.
I don't know
to
the
this
name
story.
of it. I'm just going to say what it was, okay?
He didn't listen to this story. He knows what it is. He just doesn't care.
But you're not going to write anything down.
You know it, Hugo.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Hugo knows it.
Hugo does not know it.
Absolutely.
Right.
I'm on it.
He's cheeky. Ready?
Wait.
If you don't get this, Matt, I'll be.
Okay.
I went into Pictionary here.
You went Pictionary. All right, ready?
It's very nice. I have no idea what it is.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
I've gone first 7A sport climb.
Yeah, but what's that? 100
100 potatoes.
100 potatoes,
Something
yeah.
like that.
What's
Remember
that?
The story, 100 potato story?
No.
It's a good one.
Tell the story.
You weren't listening the first time.
I didn't.
I don't think you should tell it again.
What's 100 potatoes? Is this your first 7A? Was I right? So I was wrong.
Yes, I'm sorry. I should have done my first 7A.
Go on.
Which does have a mono in it, but like the beginning thing.
What's
so,
100 potatoes?
7B / plus. 7B. in the
Your
guidebook.
first?
My 7B / plus. Technically, yeah.
Tell me more. Where is it?
It's in SISU.
Oh, the windy one.
Yeah, the
one you
windy
took
one.
45 minutes on, apparently.
More than that, 52, I think.
All right,
52
who won
minutes.
that? I don't know who won that. You decide.
I think we all
Nah.
lose that game, to be honest. It turns out we don't know each other at all. Thank you, Hugo. Hugo's going back to his tech screen.
That's your dream route,
Gaia,
Gaia.
yeah.
Not a boulder.
No.
I was gonna go for like an 8C
For
or
me,
something.
a dream route is something you probably can't do, right? And Gaia
Yeah.
is dangerous, it's scary, I probably can't do it. But if
But you said you can. You said you want to go do it.
I say a lot of things, it doesn't mean that it's true. But it's my dream. You know?
Do you know my dream route?
That one that Melissa Leneva was working, the 9A.
Yeah.
What is it? What's it called? I don't know.
It means it's coup de grâce.
Coup de grâce. Okay.
Which I guess means like in Italian, colpo di grazia, when you like kill somebody.
True. Well, Hugo, we could answer questions or we could go to a movie before Stefano. So we're going to go to a movie and we're going to talk about the new Arc'teryx film. It's set in Alaska. It's with Ines Papa and Luca Lindig. It's absolutely stunning. Here is part 1 of the 2-part series.
Alaska is wild.
Yeah, the whole idea was kind of go with a different approach as usual.
We wanted to be open-minded for whatever Alaska would allow us.
Super Luca.
If we already have this option to live this life, not just grab some climbs, but also meet local climbers and learn about the culture, that's the main goal.
Oh man. Alaska was supposed to be our honeymoon.
What are the news?
Only good news. Lots of stuff to sort out.
Alaska was the start of a big trip we are planning to do in the future, to climb all along the Panamericana Highway.
Because of the global situation, we couldn't continue this year through the border with Canada, so we just stayed in Alaska. So it's our house for hopefully whole Panamericana. For the whole idea, we decided to buy an old camper van. Yeah, the whole idea was to kind of go with a different approach as usual, like no fixed plan, having this privilege to be able to follow where the conditions and weather or ideas or people that you meet take you. So we flew into Anchorage. We drove to Talkeetna. This is where you fly to most of the parts, especially Denali range.
So eine richtige Cowboy-Stadt. Hast du ihn?
We knew we had to wait for a good weather window to fly into the Revelations. That was our first stop.
The good news are my diarrheas are over. The ones from Mexico. So after a morning session of packing. Dann nehme ich die Eistools und
Ein Seil.
Eisschrauben. So I'm waiting and being in touch with home for apparently the last time for some weeks. And some lunch. We got the news. Yeah, we can't fly in today, which is a bit sad, but probably most likely we will fly out here tomorrow.
We wanted to land on a very specific glacier to try a route we had in mind. And when we were in the air circling, it became clear, we cannot land there. So all of a sudden we had half a minute to decide where to land now. Yeah, we were just like looking down, like, okay, there, this looks interesting.
I'm not used to such a quick approach, you know. In the Himalayas, you have to hike in for days, you get acclimatized. There it was like, within 1 hour we were there.
It was a bit disappointing because we cannot even try the route it was kind of our main idea, but at the same time, moments like this, it takes away all the pressure. You have no knowledge where you are, so you also have no expectations. Okay, this is what I see, this is my playground, and I will try what makes sense.
Then it started snowing.
Today is 12th of April. We are hibernating for the second day because it's snowing every day. And we are waiting for good weather because at the moment it just doesn't make any sense to try even anything. It would just be dangerous.
A week in base camp when you wait for weather or conditions, it's peaceful time, I would say.
We tried to keep ourselves busy with doing little exploration trips. Just learning about this mountain range.
After the whole week of really unsettled weather, it was clear the weather window is arriving. It was also clear it will be quite warm all of a sudden, which is not a good combination, but you can still go and have a look.
We had actually just a very small window. We knew we had one day. If the sun would come, hit the face, we had to be really high, so we had this idea in mind. But all of a sudden, we started climbing and we noticed we were way too slow with the circumstances.
So, not today. It's tough because you invest so much and then all of a sudden it's clear that you cannot do anything. With the knowledge we had about the conditions, we decided to go out of the range, save ourselves, because we knew we have so much time. Now already so much experience, and with the knowledge of also some people or friends that we lost, to try to do things only when we really think it makes sense.
Hello, welcome back. You caught us unawares, but we're here, we're back, and we are about to stick on a pair of headphones because our next special guest, and I have to say, in terms of special guests, this is probably the most specialist one.
Specialists.
Mr. Stefano Ghisolfi joining us live from the Crag. Hello, Stefano, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Can you hear me?
We can hear you,
Can you
yes.
hear us?
Okay. Because I'm at the Crag right now, so maybe the connection is not the best, but
it's
I'm
good.
feeling good climbing.
It's good for us. Stefano, tell us which crag you're at. Are you trying a special route at the moment?
Yes, I'm at Eremo di San Paolo in Arco, and you cannot see, right?
No, we can see a building behind
The
you.
little church or chapel
Okay,
behind
okay.
you.
I can show you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is
crag
the
tour.
actual Eremo. Yeah. And then the crag is here.
Whoa. I tell you what, you don't realize how overhanging it is from pictures. That's so steep.
Yeah, it's very steep. Yeah, maybe from here you can realize.
Stefano, what's the route that you're trying there at the moment?
I'm trying the hardest version of Erebor, the route I bolted and freed last January. And the hardest version is a bit different from the original. On the center part is a hardest part, a harder part than the original one. So now the original one is a 9B, downgraded by IATA because of a different beta on the upper part. So the new version, I don't know how hard it will be, but sure harder than this one.
9C. Is it?
No, I don't think so. Unfortunately, I don't think it will reach 9C, but it's something really hard anyway.
That's fair enough. Now, I know, Terry, you had a question for Stefano about his YouTube channel.
Yeah, so we are loving your vlogs lately. However, we're waiting for bibliography, aren't we? When is that coming out?
Yeah, it will be online before the end of the year for sure.
So a Christmas present.
Christmas present. I didn't
All right.
say anything yet. It's the first time I announce it, so
It's an
it will be a
exclusive.
Christmas present.
There we
Exclusive,
go.
yeah.
Exclusive
As
announcement.
last year the Christmas present was the change video, and this year will be the bibliography video.
Well, we can't wait to watch that, Stefano. Look, you're in rock climbing mode, I presume, but we've got the competition season coming up. Are you looking to compete next year, or are you going to be focusing more on your outdoor projects?
I will do both. I will compete in some of the World Cups, maybe do some bouldering too, to prepare or get used to bouldering for the Paris 2024. Maybe not all the comps in lead and not all the, for sure, just a bit on bouldering, and then focusing on both, on rock climbing and competition.
Stefano, I know that perhaps speed climbing wasn't your favorite thing in the world, but now the new format has bouldering and lead. You must be so excited to get stuck in and try to qualify for that event.
Yeah, sure. For me, like avoiding speed climbing is better, as I was really slow. I am still really slow. So bouldering and lead is much better for me, and I think for everybody is better. Even for speed climbers that now have their own medal that can focus on 100% on speed climbing, and we can focus on bouldering and lead climbing. That it's something that we used to do always. Even if I'm specialist in lead climbing, I used to train in bouldering too. So it's something similar to what I do every day.
Awesome, thank you. And we have some questions coming in, Stefano, from some viewers. T, you've got some.
Yeah, so somebody's asking, what's your favorite crag of all time?
It's hard to say. Probably Zeus is the best one in the world as a crag, but I think right now where I'm living in Arco, in Trentino, is the best place because Zeus is just a crag. It's maybe the most beautiful in the world, but the style is pretty similar between the routes. But here in Arco, there is something. There is everything is totally different from each crag. So here is very steep with the quite short routes, and you have like 30-meter, 40-meter routes, and you still have some really short and boulder routes. So the style is completely different, and there are hundreds of crags between like 15-minute drive. So I think the best for climbing, if you keep climbing every day, is here because you can change style every time.
And more question coming in about crags and routes. And Daniele is asking if you think a 9C in Italy is possible.
Yeah, totally possible. There is a project here in a crag that is right now is closed because it's on private ground. The line is called the King Line. Right now we cannot try it. We are trying to find a deal with the owner, and that line is probably 9C. We tried a couple of times with Adam, and we agree it's something really hard, and it's the hardest version of a 9B. So it's already something that is really hard, and still you have to keep climbing for another path that is even harder.
Well,
so there is a possibility.
We can't wait to see you on that, Stefano, and hopefully come and film you on it. We're talking about gear a lot at the moment, and someone's asking about products like anti-hydral. So it's a product designed to help your hands be less sweaty. Is that something you use as part of your daily sort of skincare regime?
No, actually, I never tried it. It's something that some of friends of mine are trying and are using it, but I don't have problem with skin. And yeah, maybe sometimes it's too dry and I get some split. I have like tape in my fingers, so I don't use anti-hydral. I never used it.
Awesome. Well, Stefano, I know you're in the middle of your session, and we don't want to disturb you because we want you to climb 9C so much. You've already climbed 9C this year. You just downgraded it. I mean, why? What's going on with that, man? You'd already done it.
Yeah, I know. It's my fault. For one moment, I was happy to have climbed a 9C, then I realized maybe it was too fast, maybe it was not completely 9C, and I wanted to be honest with myself and with the others and just say...
Stefano, if it had been me, I would have claimed it was 9C all day long.
Would you have added a plus?
I would have added a plus. I would have said it was 10A, but Stefano is more honourable than me. Stefano, the reason I brought that up is because we're going to say goodbye to you and play the Climbing Daily movie of bibliography when you were working it. I know everyone can't wait to see the proper movie coming on your channel, as you just said, towards Christmas time. But Stefano, we're going to play that film. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. See you soon.
See you soon.
Hopefully at the crag.
See ya. Stefano Ghisolfi on the big yellow volume. Oh, and he's a huge... How is he still on the wall? Wow. And that is jumping him right up to the top of the leaderboard. He receives his gold medal, again reminding the world that he is one of the very, very best.
SISU is one of the coolest crags in the world. Uphill, the path is really long to reach the crag, but then when you are up here, it is peaceful. There is a lot of sun at the beginning, but then when it is the shade, people start climbing, people start coming. So when you arrive, you rest like half an hour or even more. And there are a lot of people under the crag, under the overhang, a lot of Italians too. So we chat, we chill, we share betas, we share information about the routes.
I clean with the knee bar.
Okay, nice.
Yes, it's good if you,
I will try
maybe you like it.
Nice.
But I think today maybe it's hot. Why not?
Yeah, it's hot. But
I don't know. Maybe after.
I will try
yes,
later.
Of course.
The moment before the climb is special. When I put my gear on, I think I'm thinking about what I'm going to do. If I'm going to do an attempt, not really a real attempt, I'm a bit more relaxed. I just need to check out the moves and there is no pressure. First ride of the day, of the week actually. And I'm just gonna go try the moves, warm up a bit, put back one bolt that is missing. I have the here. And then try, maybe not a real try, but some links after. I'm not nervous, just the first go. Maybe when I will try to send it, I could be a bit nervous for sure. If I'm close to sending a route, then like a mental component is really hitting on me. But then it's like a competition. You try to stay calm and focus on the climb, on the holds, and probably I have just to find the flow. But not now. Now it's too early. I'm currently trying bibliography, that is the second 9C of the world. It was freed by Alex Megos last year in August and was bolted by Ethan Pringle, I think many years ago. Right now I'm trying the section. So I'm not already in that period that I'm going to try to send it, but I'm trying the section first with the first boulder, which is the hardest part of the route. I think there I need good condition to do it because it's quite friction dependent. And then the second part is a bit easier, but it's more endurance. I'm tired from the first boulder, so I have to reach the top part with a bit less pump than usual, so I can try to send it, or at least to climb that section with less pump. Bit hot, still hot. Maybe we'll wait it later in the evening to try, but for the moment it's okay. The second go of the day, it's like around 6 o'clock. It's a bit better condition, so we'll try. I'm a bit warmer, so technically it could be better. I don't know, we'll see. Bibliography starts with a easier section around 8B+ until a good rest. It is not super hard compared to 9C, but it's tiring. It is important to arrive at the rest very fresh. After the rest, there is intense section, about 10 moves, to a boulder problem. That is the hardest section of the route. The boulder problem is around 4 moves, super intense, that I could do from the first days, but just at my limit. So imagine to start from the bottom and doing the first boulder is already super hard. After the boulder, there is another section, not too hard, like endurance, and then another small rest, where I can rest, I think, around 1 or 2 minutes, so it's quite good to me. After the rest, there is another section about 8-10 moves, intense. And then another section, super hard, another boulder problem, a bit easier than the first one, but is way higher on the route, so there is more pump than before. This will be, I think, the second main crux. There is no wind, yeah, maybe a little bit now. I feel like everything is slippery and I can hold on the holds. I feel everything is hot and humid. I don't know, I feel bad. And then after the second crux, there is an easy section until the top. Okay, Tieni. Okay, quite good section, but thinking both the first boulder and the second boulder, this is the hardest part of the route. This is my 9th day in total. I already did 2 trips. One, it was 6 days trying it. The other one was just a weekend, 2 days. So this is my 9th. And I think this is one of the worst. Even if I knew the route very well now, I don't know if it's me that I'm tired from the competition, or my skin is not used to rock climbing. I climbed just on plastic last 2 weeks, and or it's condition, maybe it's just too hot. I don't know. I will try again. think this is the magic shoes hour. It's almost 8 o'clock in the evening, and it's quite cold now, being here. I don't know on the route, but it should be good. Maybe I should keep the energy for this hour and rest the whole day. And climbing like it's 2 minutes at 8 o'clock, and it's perfect. Ooh, conditions.
Dove sta? Dai giù, dai.
I did the boulder, finally. Today I didn't do before. I think it was too warm, and now with the wind in the evening, it was the magic hour. And I could do the boulder, like climb until the last boulder, then I fell, I was very pumped. But I didn't start from the ground, I started from the boulder. That is much different of starting from the ground. But then still improving, so I think it is possible. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but in the future it could be possible. I'm not trying to send the route right now. It's, I think, a long-term project. So what I'm trying to do is to set some goals, intermediate goals that are made of a section of the route. So at the end of the day, when I did a section, I'm satisfied and I can finish the day in the best way. And then there is still a long path downhill. So the day is over just when you're home. The day I sent the route, it was my very last day at the crag. When I sent the route, then I take 1 day to think about the grade of the route. In my opinion, to be 9C, it has to be a lot harder than 9B+. And I think bibliography, it is now with the new beta, probably 9B+. But it's my opinion, so for the next repetitors, they will give their opinions, and we will see how the grade will be.
Thank you so much to Stefano Ghisolfi. It was a pleasure being in SISU with you. Awesome film. Can't wait to see your version of that film coming soon.
Christmas time. I can't believe he told us. I've been asking him for a couple of months, like, when is it coming out? When is it coming out? And I always hoped he was going to be like, next week, Christmas. But yeah, can't wait to see that. And our next segment, we'll be talking about climbing shoes. These are brand new iAngle Pros, Matt.
Yes.
Why are they never been used?
Because they're too big for me. But I have got a pair that we're filming with in a couple of days. And I wanted to stick with 510 actually, because I found an absolute bargain on the EpicTV shop, which is the 510 Dragon shoes. Now these are 40% off. 40% off for the Dragon shoes at the moment. Hugo's just going to pull it up. There we go on screen. So around about €90.42. Very, very aggressive, downturned. Some people use it for bouldering because it's so aggressive. A lot of people use it for sport climbing. But the lace up allows that adjustability. It's in fairly good stock in terms of sizes, 38 and 3/4 to 40 and 3/4. So if you have slightly smaller feet, you want to downsize for the hard sand. It's got stealth rubber, one of the stickiest rubbers known to mankind, humankind. Great bargain.
Great bargain. Is there also a version with Velcro?
There was, wasn't there? But this is the one we're talking about because it's just on such a crazy discount. It's just 40% off is huge. It's an expensive shoe, €150, now down to 90.
That's good. And there's an extra 10% off, which the code is
10 EpicTV.
That's it, all in caps. You also can find it on the EpicTV shop as soon as you go in. But next, I'll be talking about the Soil. Not anymore 510 shoe.
Put that on one side. I'm just gonna fiddle with it.
We're scared.
It's a fiddle one, yeah. I was terrified.
I like to have something to do.
There you go.
I'll hold a pen.
Far safer.
I'm gonna talk about the Soil shoe that was made in collaboration with Tom's. And have you heard about Tom's? They're like
They're that
normal
fashion
shoes.
brand, aren't they? Aren't they?
They're like...
And they do a charity thing as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're a nice brand because like when you buy one of their shoes, you never can feel too guilty because it's like buy one, give one.
Mm-hmm.
And with this collaboration, it's buy one. So you buy a climbing shoe and they gave one free climbing shoe for like kids, like to introduce kids for climbing. So their collaboration with Jason Momoa and like all this other US-based brands and climbing gyms is to introduce more kids to the climbing gym. So I don't know, that's always a super good effort and cute.
Yes, exactly. I mean, when you can buy a climbing shoe and feel good about yourself, that's what it's all about.
Is it?
For sure. In my world, yes. My second shoe, which we'll talk about, is the Boreal Ninja climbing shoe. Now, you know earlier in the shoe where I had a little bit of a moment about the Mutant.
Yes.
You know, I got a bit emotional because it genuinely was one of my favourite shoes. Well, the Boreal Ninja is not one of my favourite shoes. However,
Wait, why are you promoting it then?
I honestly think the Mutant's better, but there's a reason for this because the Ninja is a slipper here, so it fits some people's feet, and also the heel on the Ninja is very different from the Mutant. So the heel on the Ninja is more round. Some people love it. Johan, our French filmmaker, loves the Ninja, doesn't really like the Mutant. I love the Mutant. It's different feet. But if you're looking for an aggressive bouldering shoe, super high end, the rubber's incredible. It's only €86.49, which is cheap for a high performance shoe.
Yeah.
Good range of sizes, 43 and a quarter, 40 and 3/4, missing those middle sizes, but a lot of good range in that. I think it's a great shoe. And I think it's a great bouldering shoe for sure.
But then you didn't enjoy using it because it didn't fit your foot. And that was the only reason.
It fitted me in terms of putting it on, and I didn't think it would because it's a slipper.
Okay.
It was just the heel for me was a bit off. But I had a chat with Boreal about this, and they were like, look, we've designed it differently.
Right.
Some have this bulbous thing, some don't. And they recommend the Satori as well. But if you have a heel that works for these shoes, that is a cracking price for them. Cracking.
Next shoe that I've got is a bit more expensive, but I would honestly recommend it. And I kind of want to try it on, especially because I saw it yesterday in action at the climbing gym. And it's the Evolve Shaman 2. And it's a shoe that Colin Duffy used at the Olympics. So, you know.
Good knowledge.
Is it? Or did I just watch a video on which athletes used which shoes at the Olympics?
Did you?
Really good video.
Really?
Yeah. This dude like analyzed it took like 4 climbing brands, which is like La Sportiva, Scarpa, Evolve, and took every athlete and saw what they used on the speed wall, on the bouldering, and on the lead. But anyway, about this shoe, there are all the sizes available, more or less, but there's a good range of sizes. The discount on it, it's not like super, it's just 15%. However, for €117 getting a super high-end shoe, I feel it's not that bad.
Well, look, if you wanted to buy a high-end shoe or you wanted to try the Shaman and you're like, I'm going to buy it anyway, you might as well buy it now on 15%. You know, it's one of those. Like, it's maybe not a sort of essential must-click because it's so bargainy, but if you wanted to try it, why not get 15% off? You know?
And also, I feel it's a shoe that's... Oh, sorry.
No, I was just doing one of them. I was just doing a flick.
Oh, next
I was doing
one.
a sassy shopper flick.
Oh, okay, fine. But yes, what's your next shoe, Matt?
I don't have one because what we have next is a very special gentleman who will be joining us, which is Nathan from Scarpa. we're going to line him up, but we're going to chat a little bit about Scarpa shoes as a kind of preamble to him coming on, because Scarpa shoes, I have got a bit of a love thing for Scarpa shoes.
Yeah.
I wear them a lot. I've got 2 models currently that are like my 2 shoes. I've got the Booster for bouldering, and I've got the Boost Stick.
Sticks.
No, the other way around.
Yep.
You
have Booster and Boost Sticks.
Yes.
Booster is orange.
Right, the Booster for bouldering, Boost Stick for sport climbing. And honestly, I could live my life with those 2 shoes.
Ooh,
I could live my life with those 2 shoes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I could. I'd need 2.
Okay.
Because for me, the blue Booster is a sport climbing shoe.
Don't you want like a gym shoe as well, though? Because I think, but those 2 shoes I love, but I wouldn't bring them to a gym because I'm like, oh, that's sad. You're just using them up. And
they are a bit stiff as well for a gym.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, fine. Look, if I could add the Evolve Zenist in as a third shoe.
Don't you want to add a Scarpa shoe since we're in the Scarpa theme?
Honestly, I need to try. And I'm hoping Nathan's listening here because I need to try
Veloce.
a soft one. I obviously want to try the Air. Because, you know, it's one of those silly shoes.
And the Drago. You never tried that one.
Never tried the Drago, Nathan. I've never tried the Drago. Anyway, Nathan is getting set up. And what's exciting about our chat with Nathan is he's about to reveal some new shoe models that we've never seen before. So, you know those ISPO videos?
Yeah.
Where we sit down and we chat to shoe designers about their shoes, their up-and-coming stuff. And they usually just go, it's the same, it's just yellow.
Okay.
Scarpa usually come up with some pretty innovative stuff.
So, are we seeing the first sock shoe ever created?
I've no idea what he's got planned, but in the corner of my eye, I can see Nathan wandering around a conference room on Zoom. He's setting up shoes. It's aesthetically brilliant. I wish you guys could see this.
He's got a range of shoes.
You will see. You will see this setup that Nathan is organising. Nathan is a gentleman we've worked with over the years quite a lot, and you've never met him, I don't think.
I've seen him in videos.
He's the most knowledgeable dude.
On shoes.
Well, I haven't asked him about many other things, to be honest. I haven't had a chat. I'm unsure of his knowledge of political positions.
Have you asked him about custom-made shoes? Because that's an answer I want from, like, shoe manufacturer.
What you're saying is...
when they'll get to that part that, you know, we can just ask for a very specific shoe to our foot and they'll make it.
I thought you wanted Scarpa to sponsor you and make custom shoes.
Who's listening? I wouldn't mind. Yes, I'll get the headphones.
All right, okay. Well, we're going to get our headphones on. I think Nathan is seconds away. He's been tweaking his shoe setup. Right, so Nathan is about to come on from Scarpa. Very much looking forward to talk to him. And this is pretty much our final feature of the show. So if you've been with us from the beginning, well done for staying this long. Congratulations. I'm just waiting for him to come on. This is our final guest. It's all gone smoothly. Nathan!
Hello.
Hello, Nathan. How you doing? I don't think Nathan knows he's live on air. He's looking confused. He can't hear me. He's wandering around.
He muted us.
Nathan this is dangerous. So we'll switch away from Nathan. Who knows what he might do in a conference room by himself. But we're trying to obviously... Nathan, we know Nathan's there. He's got a box. This is brilliant. We're going to try to get Nathan on. Do you think, can we play a movie? Can we play second half of...
Shall we just talk about shoes, Matt?
We can talk about shoes. We can fill.
You guys trying to call Nathan to the screen and talk to us while Nathan is laying out all the beautiful Scarpa shoes.
It's fine. But Scarpa shoes, I have narrow feet, right? And I do find that Scarpa shoes work quite well for narrow feet. Yeah.
But then you have how's your heel? Is it also like streamlined and small? Okay, we're good. Oh, okay, Nate. Oh, he says 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay, so yeah, I agree they're streamlined and small, but for me the toe box isn't too narrow.
Okay.
And that's quite important because I find with some narrow shoes the toe box is too narrow.
Yeah.
And I haven't got toes like yours that are weird shapes and sizes. You guys don't know this, and I'm not going to reveal it, but Terry has mutant feet. But I find that the toe box is fine for me. How do you find Scarpa shoes?
I just bought some Scarpa alpine boots.
You bought some?
Well, out of context from climbing shoes.
Ski boots.
Yeah, alpine boots, yeah. Ski boots.
Got any tips for sizing the Black Diamond shadow shoes?
Sizing Black Diamond Shadows. Hugo actually know more than us because he's the only one who's worn the Shadows. I think you had street shoes. Yeah, we think street shoe size for Shadows, possibly half a size down if you want to go for something uber aggressive. And that is generally what it is for Black Diamond shoes, is about half a size down for that. So yeah, if I had to pick a Scarpa model I haven't worn, Drago, Air.
Drago, which one? Low volume or normal?
The white one.
Yeah, low volume.
Is that the low volume one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Can we ask Nathan about this whole low volume, normal volume
shenanigans
stories?
We can definitely ask Nathan about that. We'll ask about that. He's got some new models coming up.
Right.
Which I'm excited
Can you
by.
spot them? The
No.
new models. We're looking at the screen where Nathan is laying them out.
I tell you, we should talk to him about because we both wanted to try it. Is the Chimera?
Chimera, the new one, yeah.
All right, so we've got Nathan in the house back again. Hopefully he can hear. We can't hear him at the moment from our headphones. He might have muted it.
Maybe not.
Just waiting here. Nathan's seconds away, ladies and gentlemen. I should commentate on Nathan's...
Arrival. Oh, his arm. Ooh, he looks like a strong
Nathan's
climber
a
from that
beast.
forearm.
He's a wad. Nathan is a wad. See, I think the problem is I'm not sure that Nathan can hear us, and we certainly can't hear him. So currently he is waiting. He's now sat down. He's looking.
He's ready.
Nathan, you
We're
good?
here.
He can't. I don't think he can see us either. I don't think he's on YouTube.
His camera is on though. He can't hear us. Okay. But we can't hear you either.
Nathan, we can't hear you either.
Everybody in the comments below should text us their favorite Scarpa shoes. Or if you have any questions for Nathan.
I just hope people in the audience are enjoying us filling for this amount of time.
Scarpa.
It's good filling, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's good filling.
You know what Scarpa means?
No, is it an Italian word?
Yes, it's
Go
an
on.
Italian word.
What does it mean?
Well, what do you think we're talking about?
Shoes.
Yes.
The Scarpa just means shoes.
Well,
They call their shoe company Shoe.
Exactly.
Could
There
they
you
not-
go. Shoe. It's a singular one. Like it's one shoe. Scarpa.
I love Scarpa, right? And I don't want to diss them because I know Nathan's listening, but that is a rubbish name for a company.
Do you know what La Sportiva means?
No idea.
Well, it's in the word.
Shoe.
No, La
Sport.
Sportiva. Yeah. So it's basically sporty.
Right, so we've got the shoe company called Shoe and the shoe company called Sport.
Sporty, basically.
Wow,
I'm
these-
sorry.
these-
I'm sure there's more thought process behind those
The
names.
Italians are such an expressive group of people. They really come up with the creativity, don't they?
What's DMM? Exactly.
I have no idea. What does DMM stand for?
Is it?
Could someone tell us down below? I just want to let you know with the Nathan situation. He's currently putting the blinds down in the conference room.
He's
It looks-
ready.
He is so ready for this. He's got about 16 pairs of shoes all set up. It's amazing. We can't hear him at all.
No.
Some people have got questions for Nathan already, which is incredible. Nathan's saying, I think he's saying that yeah, we can't hear Nathan. He's yawning, but we are waiting for him.
Ooh, rubber questions. Wait, he's coming out of something. I've heard
No,
his
that's
voice.
us. You're hearing our own voice
Oh,
back
right.
to us. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So if you're wondering what's going on, it's a good question. We are 3 hours into a live gear show. We've had special guests, Beatrice Colli, Lary Arce, and Stefano Ghisolfi. All have gone flawlessly. We're waiting for Nathan from Scarpa to join us. We're having some technical issues, which is why we're talking a lot. Should we stick on a film maybe while we sort the techie?
Yeah.
So let's put on Alaska Part 2. This is the Part 2 of our Arc'teryx film. Excited for this, and we'll get back to you once we've solved these technical issues.
So after we came out, we were kind of totally relaxing for 2 days.
We spent some days on the ocean. Went bouldering with local people, tried to get some powder snow, but we failed again.
Alles für den geilen Powder da oben, oder?
And then we noticed that a really huge high pressure system is moving through Alaska. So this time we decided to fly into the Denali range.
And there it was a total contrast to what we experienced in Revelations. It was like, yeah, having the perfect cards.
When we flew in, we got quite a good idea about the phase, about the conditions, and Colton Leach was just the line, you know.
Mount Huntington, west face.
Schaut richtig gut aus.
Ja, wo wir vielleicht hochkommen, ha?
Es schaut, die Linie, dass wir klettern wollen, schaut super aus. Eigentlich schaut nicht sehr schwer aus, aber irgendwie sind wir auch froh. Vor jetzt und sonst stinke ich heute, hast du gesagt.
We both were like, okay, we don't want to risk another attempt where you can't get up to the top. So we were like, okay, what we need right now is a climb. We can move fast, we can get up to the top, and that seemed quite the right choice.
Gehst du weiter?
Aha.
Okay.
It's a 1,200 meter route, quite sustained.
The route starts with an amazing ice stripe. Nothing difficult for today's standard, but really sustained and long.
Pumpt ein bisschen in die Waden, weil es die ganze Zeit so gut wie es ist, weil sonst immer Schrauben und so. Macht irgendwann müde.
Hinter uns Denali.
Du hast mich?
Ich hab dich. Wollen wir fast sagen, das war schon bald die erste Hälfte, oder?
At the top, you just do easy snow ramps, and it's just a little bit of a leg work at the end.
Hey!
Mega, mega, mega.
It was a really proper Alaskan experience to climb this route. Today is 24th of April. Yesterday we climbed Colton Leach on west face of Huntington. And today we have rest day.
Eating, drinking.
Drinking.
When we rappelled another line to the right of Colton Leach, Luca, he was rappelling and he had a bit of time to look at the phase. And at the end of the day, he asked me, "Did you see this line up there?"
It looked almost like it would be a rock climb at certain part. So we actually brought rock shoes with us and we started really late in the day. We started climbing midday. It's west facing wall and it gets sun in the afternoon.
So, easy snow.
Super snow for now. And then a steep wall above us. Very curious to see how the cracks look like.
shit, so viel Wasser.
Ja. Ja, wenn wir mal wissen, konnte man morgens anfangen.
Ja.
Aber
Actually, we found in every single crack just enough ice to make it higher and higher, step by step, pitch by pitch.
Oh, da warst du auch froh, bis du hier warst, hm?
Mhm.
Ja, zum Glück ohne Rucksack.
The route just delivered pitch after pitch, really sustained, steep mixed climbing.
It wasn't easy. Some cruxes where we had to really pull hard and be careful. I ripped the cam once because a rod came off.
Nichts passiert?
I barely fell, but I didn't. We knew from our descent from Colton Leach that there was higher up, quite close to the summit actually, a spot we could lay down and rest a bit. And it was 3 or 4 in the morning that we reached that place.
sorry, ich hab voll gesehen, wie viel Seil ist noch.
Ich war schon ein bisschen panisch, weil da ging überhaupt kein Stand her.
Luca has this nose of where to go, this feeling, this alpine experience, skills I haven't seen at any other person.
Boah, müde bin ich. Und ich freue mich sau auf Chicken Tikka Masala.
It was full moon that night, so even though we arrived really tired at our bivy spot, we kind of couldn't go to sleep.
Und du bist überhaupt der Schneewühl-Weltmeister. Weil das war eigentlich die Schlüsselstelle, ha? Die letzten 5 Meter auf die Westseite, auf die Südseite. Wie hat dir die Länge getaugt?
Nicht.
Nicht?
Scheiß Länge.
We spent 2 hours just looking around, full moon above Mount Hunter. Yeah, it was really amazing night.
From there on, we knew the route. Those routes, they join at some point. It was just a matter of, okay, now we keep going, but this is in our pocket. It is always a special moment. It was a really, really intense moment up there.
Heart of Stone, oder?
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. What a movie, part 2, edited by Hugo. Absolutely stunning. Now, a little update on the Scarpa situation. There's a tech man right now at Scarpa doing magical things. He's clicking buttons, he's doing all types of stuff. So we're hoping that that will soon be sorted out, and we're going to keep our headphones on in case Nathan pops into our ears. But what we wanted to chat about now is a little story, because to me, and I might just be a bit of a sucker for this stuff, but whenever I buy anything, right, the things that mean something to me are the ones that have a story behind them.
Is it more like now you rarely buy climbing gear, so everything that you own
Has
is
a
like
history.
sentimental because it has history?
Maybe, yes, perhaps. Oh, we have Nathan
We have
on.
sound.
We have some sound. Hey,
Ciao.
fantastic. So, guys, I'm going to keep talking to you because you can't see what I'm seeing, but we're minutes away from Nathan joining us, so we're going to let them get set up. And our stories might have to wait, T.
Do the intro to your story. Nathan is ready.
Okay, we're going to go to Nathan right now, live from Scarpa. Nathan, sorry about the technical issues. How are you?
Good. Let me close the door.
Awesome, man.
So I don't.
So, guys, you can see now the background that we were chatting about. Nathan has been working hard setting that stunning-looking backdrop out with the Scarpa shoes. So, Nathan...
That's a lie, Matt. This is a normal showroom. We have 3 of them here. I didn't set up any.
Well, it looks fantastic, Nathan.
Yeah. In the world of COVID, we have we have 2 rooms set up like this just for these type of Zoom call, conference kind of stuff.
Fantastic.
Then, obviously, there's a lot of technology involved with that. I don't do technology at all. I do everything in my head. So,
well, Nathan,
perfectly.
Awesome, man. Well, we got you to because you and I have spent a lot of time together chatting about new shoe models, and I know how knowledgeable you are about shoes. So, could you give us a bit of a sneak peek of some up-and-coming models, perhaps, that's going to be coming soon for Scarpa?
I could. Probably, because it hasn't been, I think it's 2 years since I've done a trade show.
Yeah.
I went to All the Floors recently, which is the first one, and I just walked around. I think it's 2 years since the trade show. So, we do drink a lot of coffee here, but that's not all we do. We actually do stuff. And I think it's fair to say, in some areas, we're probably the only company that's done any development at all. I would look at materials. Every other company seems to be using pretty much the same microfiber, the same leather that they have for like 20 years. We've definitely moved forward in that area. I would say shapes. For sure, Heinz has made more shapes than anyone else on the planet right now.
Well, Nathan, show us some examples of things. Show me one of the shoes you're talking about. It can be an old one, it can be a new one, whatever you like, but show us one we can have a chat about.
All right, I'll go with this one. So this is the Instinct SR. It's a slipper.
Ooh, wow. I love the colour straight away, Nathan. You've nailed the colour. Blue is the best.
Blue and black. The Scarpa collars.
Okay, so I always talk about shoes in the same way they go down the production line. And our production line, believe it or not, is 100 metres from where I'm sitting. You walk through this door, down there, and you can see where all the Scarpa climbing shoes are made. And I always talk about them in the same way. So you start with the last, then you go to the upper, then you go to the midsole, then you go to the tension system, and then you go to the bottom sole. Everybody makes climbing shoes in that order. So if you like to talk about marketing, you sort of start wherever you want. Whatever sounds good. If you want to talk about the nuts and bolts of climbing, it makes sense to do it in the order that they're made. All right, so last, former, shape. These are all the same things. These are the molds that the climbing shoes are built on. So if we're talking about Instinct, this shoe is an Instinct lace. This is an Instinct Velcro, and they're made on the same last. Those two. This shoe is made on the same last as the woman's. Yeah.
Okay.
So these shoes in the factory, one day you could make a lace on it, on the mold. The next day you could make the same one on a Velcro, on the same mold. And then one day you might make a women's Velcro on this. And then the next day you make this new Instinct slipper on it. They're all on the same last. And the difference goes from there. But the material that you use in the upper controls how much it stretches on either side. And the last, when you look at it, when it's made, it's like an extreme version of the shoe. Everything's over accentuated. And then because we use all these tension bands and all this stuff around the last, when you take the shoe off, it relaxes into the position that you see right now. But it doesn't look like that when it's getting made.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's just smoked a joint and it's like, oh. Relaxed. Basically, exactly. So a lot of people are confused about last. because many companies have one last, and then you just make a Velcro, a slipper, and a lace on the same last. And then some companies are a little bit trickier, so they'll make their shoes on the same last, but they might use lighter or thinner materials to vary the feeling of the shoe. So they might make their female shoes a little bit softer than their male shoes, or vice versa. They're low volume, high volume, whatever you want to call them. It's just a name. I always just use male, female, low volume, high volume. Doesn't matter anything to me. Just get the shoe that fits you. That's what I tell people. And then that shape then affects the position of your foot in the shoe. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like Cinderella. You don't have a glass slipper and then your foot fits into the glass slipper. That's not how it works. Nobody's foot is this shape.
What? You're blowing my mind here.
Sounds crazy, doesn't it?
I know, madness.
So what happens is your foot goes into it, the shoe expands and contracts, and in the middle they make a compromise.
Mm-hmm.
And the most important part of the last is the position that you place the toes. We have, right now in that factory next door, we have 425 different lasts in production without a double up.
Wow.
That's a high number.
That's going to last you a long time.
25 lasts. So for something like this Instinct, you're talking about size ranges, including half sizes that go from 36 to 50.
Okay.
There's all the different sizes in the half.
Sorry, 50. Did you say 50?
This goes to 50.
Who's got feet that big? Do you know the person?
Plenty of people. We sell them.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Because that's something I get asked quite a lot, actually, is how do I get bigger shoes? So there you go. The answer is Scarpa. That's good to know.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got all the sizes. That makes up a large portion of the numbers. But then you've got all the different shapes inside of that. The biggest company I know, our closest competitor, has 200 and something. That's the most I know. Feel free to correct me, anyone out there. But as far as I know, as far as I've read, they've only got about 200 up to the other companies. A lot of different colours, a lot of different faces, and a lot of different things. But we're talking about the last here, the shape.
Okay.
And we have 425 in the factory, not 200. So we have double.
All right. So and they
shapes.
Just because we're slightly limited for time now, loads of last. I get it. So you got lots of sort of you can lots of people are going to be happy with the shapes of the shoe, which is amazing. Can we look at the shoe itself just to see it in a bit more detail and tell me a bit about it?
So this shoe is special because of the rubbers. This one hasn't got the sole on it.
Oh wow!
So it's just rubber at the bottom.
The whole
just
thing.
Rubber, and that's a finished one.
Oh right.
So what I'm showing you is a partially completed shoe.
I'm with you. Yeah.
I'm showing you that because the rubber tension on this shoe is very important. In here, you can see these rubbers with a dot. This is M50 rubber. This is a very, very soft rubber. It's very elasticated and it doesn't have much durability. It's so soft and the durability is so poor that you can't put it on the bottom.
Okay.
You can only put it over the top. And then you need to protect that with this one has Vibram Excess Grip 2 sole. You can see here, there's like a little cap in there of different rubber. Can you see that?
Yeah, I see that.
That rubber is called Ilga rubber. That's the hard, strong rubber that's at the front of every Instinct and a Boost Stick and a booster. That rubber is particularly good because it's very thin, it's very durable, and it has really good strength. If you wrap the big toe in this rubber, it makes the shoe more precise. Because you can push the toe harder against it, you can get the toe closer to the front of the shoe, and it compresses the toe more on the other side. The Drago uses this M50 all the way over the shoe. And it fits like a glove. But if you size a Drago too small, you'll actually push past the front of the shoe. And Dragos are very, very precise for a soft shoe. But they're actually not that precise. They're just amazing gloves for your feet. This shoe takes the M50 rubber on the outside here and it wraps the four toes in that, so you get this glove-like fit that everyone enjoys in Furia and Drago and Chimera. but it combines the precision rubber of the Instinct model. So this is not a wet noodle slipper. Very, very precise slipper. It's more flexible, but don't confuse flexibility with softness. It adapts more to the foot, but it's still got a midsole that runs full length, like all of the Instincts, and it's still got a sole that's half on the other side, and it's still got the split heel. This is M50 rubber. It's just a different color.
Okay.
The color of the rubber is not important. It's the type.
Yeah, but blue is best. Blue is best, Nathan.
Blue is best. Yeah.
Nathan,
so I want people to ask me not what color it is because you can see it, but what type of rubber is it? Is it soft? Is it hard? Is it elasticated? Is it grippy? Is it slippery? Is it thin?
Actually, can I ask you a question about rubber from one of our viewers? Because Neil is one. Sorry, Nathan. Neil is wondering about the S72 rubber, and he says that right now he can find it only on one pair of shoe, but he was wondering if you're gonna put it on more shoes.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. So S72, mad props. You should give credit where credit's due. And Charles Cole from 510 was a genius. A genius. That man pushed rubber in climbing shoes to the next level, for sure. He's a very revered person in the R&D room here. And Charles came up with the whole Shore A rating for climbing rubber. He did that because he wanted people to understand that 510 had these different rubbers. And how do you get people to understand it? Well, you can put a marketing label on it, or you can give a value to the rubber which shows how soft it is. S72 stands for Shore A72. Now here's a question for you. What do you think M50 stands for?
Well, 50 I'm presuming is the rating of the softness, and M I've got no idea. I presume it's matte, but if it wasn't
malleable?
that, I don't know. Yeah, malleable.
Material?
Morphic Shore A50.
Morphic. Oh, okay. So it sort of like would manipulate to the hold sort of thing.
It stretches a lot.
Okay.
It's very morphic. So the Shore A rating is the key in this. S72, 72 Shore A. M50, 50 Shore A. M70, 70 Shore A. It's a way to tell people how soft the rubber is, but not how sticky it is. Don't confuse softness with sticky.
I love chatting to you just because I realise how little my climbing shoe knowledge is. But
Yours is pretty good, Matt.
it's all right. It's not to your level, mate. I promise you. Back to the shoe we were chatting about, the blue, the lovely blue. What kind of a climber and what kind of climbing do you think that's suitable for, or will be what people will use it for?
I think a lot of people have gone towards slippers, just as soft slippers. You know, something like a Fury Air, for example. It's a slipper. It has a Z strap. It's a slipper. It's just a Z strap over it. It's a slipper. And these obviously let you use your foot like a hand. But with these new board climbers and a lot of really hard boulderers are saying to us, all of our athletes, all of the people that love our shoes, that stiff shoes matter. And on things like the moon board, if you check out Ben Moon on the moon board, it's a good guy to watch moon boarding, you'll see him in these.
Okay.
It's not soft, it's hard. And that's because Ben likes to drive holds through on the foot. And lots of climbers like that. And the moon board's full of these tiny little jibs. And if you want to put a lot of power on those things, then a stiffer shoe can help you push that power through on the moon board. If you change that to something like all slopers, then something like a Furia or a softer slipper makes sense. And we saw that a lot of the slippers in the market now are going softer, but not actually more precise. So we wanted to make a slipper that was really precise, fitted like a glove over the top of the foot, but wasn't super soft like our other slippers. We've got lots of soft shoes. Like soft shoes are going crazy. Everyone loves soft shoes. But stiff shoes are still important. So the rubber is really important like that. The S72 rubber is really soft, and when you make it really soft, it gets really sticky and it becomes bubble gum, and you can actually watch it blast off holds when it gets really hot. If people take an undercling and they put it on there, you can watch it. You got half a second, and then eventually just go and pops off.
Awesome for climbing, terrible for your bank balance, I'd imagine. Nathan,
yeah, it doesn't. That's not wear what we're talking about though.
Oh, okay, fine. I get it. Okay.
What we're talking about is stability on a small hold.
Okay, Nathan.
Excess grip versus excess edge.
Nathan, we've got time for one more quick shoe chat. So could we pick one more model that you wanted just to talk about? Sorry to hurry you with time. It's just we've got a limit for this. But what's another model you could sum up for us and show us?
If you're out of time, let's do them fast.
All right, there we go.
All right.
Smash it through, Nathan.
Yes, new model on the Instinct Last. Special combination of rubber. This CTS system combines a harder rubber with a softer rubber for glove-like fit and good precision.
Oh.
New Margo.
Well done.
FZC comes out. M50 rubber on the top, hard rubber around the outside. Has these panels of perforated microfiber that you find on the Furia Air. Allows the shoe to adapt and compress the foot more. It's a fully panelled shoe. Excess grip 2 on the bottom. You can see around the outside. It's a lace-up that you can really cinch up and compress the foot. Highly aggressive, the third incarnation of the Margo. Quantic SF is a new model that's coming out. It's a double-strap Velcro. This SF system, which is called single frame system, is one piece the whole way over the front, all the way to the back of the shoe. These teeth that you see on the side allow the flex zone of the shoe to follow the foot perfectly, but the shoe's still precise. So you get something like a Furia Air or a Drago that follows your foot perfectly, but much more support in the bottom. That way, when it's all connected in the one, the shoe really moves with the foot. And obviously we do that really well with the Furia Air, but the material doesn't have the same strength as it does here. And this is that harder, stronger rubber at the front for more toe precision. And there's just a tiny little strip at the top for protection. This is uninterrupted because it's all about the flex zone. Getting this to bend perfectly with the foot. We don't want it to be like a block, yeah? You want it to perfectly bend with the foot. To do that, you need to make space for the material. That's what these little concertinas are.
Mm-hmm.
Brand new technology. No one's even thought about anything like that. Quantic SF comes in a men's, comes in a women's. New low vapor lace on each side. Super stiff. If I had to give a rating for this, and like titanium was a top stiffness, this is diamond.
Oh.
It's stiff, like really, really, really stiff. That's what we wanted. Rock hard, super precise. Has this D2 technology. Seamless integration of M50 and M70 rubber. Once again, same as what we talked about here. The harder rubber gives you more precision. You can get to the front of the shoe. The softer rubber adapts to the foot. It's about blending the rubbers in the right positions around the foot so you get precision and a glove-like foot. Remember, we want to make soft shoes that are precise, and we want to make stiff shoes that are sensitive. It's fucking easy. There's a male, there's the women. If you look at last on something like an Instinct, in this one family, you have 3 different shapes to choose from on one shoe so you can get the perfect fit. Remember, it's not about what shape will fit your foot, it's about what you like. And it's about giving variety to people. Do you want to squash the shit out of your foot? Yes, take the women's. Do you want more volume? Take the men's. Do you want something in between with a smaller heel? Take that one. It's just about giving people the choice of what they want and what they like. Some people like squashing the shit out of their foot on a hard shoe. Other people like soft shoes that are really sloppy. It's all about personal taste. The more flavors you give to someone, the more chance you have of finding their favorite.
Nathan,
easy.
As always, Nathan, that is the most fun I've had talking about shoes ever. That new Instinct, I'll sell my soul for that thing. That looks beautiful. I cannot wait. I said before you came... Oh, well, that.
Yeah, those
We are in love with that shoe.
In your shop recently, this 1.6 millimeter hyper skin, no one's got something like that. The drop under this toe is 5.5 millimeters. Your toe has never been closer to the rock. To give you an idea, the drop on these is 9 millimeters. Most shoes, it's 10.
All right. Well,
if you want your toe to be close, that's as close as the rock as you're going to get.
Nathan, you've sold me. Thank you so much, mate. I cannot wait to try them. Both of us are a big fan of Scarpas. And thank you for taking the time with us today. Nathan, it's just so knowledgeable. Thank you so much. Keep on doing what you do, mate. I love wearing your shoes, and I love telling people how good they are. So thank you very much, Nathan, and we will talk to you soon. See you later, man.
Thanks for the love. We're really glad that everyone loves our shoes.
Love them. Cheers, Nathan.
Thanks,
Ciao.
bye.
Bye. Thank you very, very much. Okay, guys, so we are saying goodbye to Nathan. Thank you so much, Nathan, if you can still hear me, for joining us today. We got through the tech problems. I'm going to take me...
Ooh, so many new Scarpa shoes.
I know, right?
Yeah. And it's not, it feels like it's one of those brands that, like he said, like it's not a marketing gimmick, like they're new shoes.
When Nathan talks about shoes, you know, often I'm like, why are climbing shoes so expensive? This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He talks about shoes and I'm like,
why.
oh, I see. There's some stuff going on here. This is technologically brilliant. You know, it's one of those.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Nathan. We will hopefully be getting our hands on some new Scarpa shoes to put them to the test so you guys can know what they're like. Terry, we are coming up on 3 hours and 40 minutes of this live stream, which is incredible. What a live stream it's been. What's your highlights of this show?
Oh, probably this. Stefano. Stefano, yeah. Like his big reveal of the Christmas movie that we'll be all watching.
Yeah.
Bibliography.
That was a good highlight.
The downgrade.
I enjoyed finding out that we know nothing about each other and our climbing skills and things
Yeah.
we like. Nothing.
Well, maybe there were a bit like too generic questions. I don't know.
I'm glad they weren't more specific. I would have failed more. Guys, you've got a couple of seconds. You've got any last comments to get through because we're going to call it a day very soon. A lot of people sending love to Nathan. Super informative man. The S72 rubber question from someone. Fair play. I didn't see that coming.
He did say, I think he works, I am reading the messages real quickly, but he said something along the lines that he works in a shop and also the clients are asking for that type of rubber.
Okay, so it's one.
It's a wanted rubber.
There we go, wanted rubber.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Guys, the reason we have done this show is that it is Black Friday week on the Epic TV shop. We have some incredible discounts, bargains up to 60% off some items. And if that wasn't special enough, today until Sunday, this Sunday at midnight, we have a special discount code 10EpicTV. All in capitals. You enter that at the checkout and you get another 10% off your order. So some incredible bargains to be had for the last couple of days. We've been going through some options here of our favorite couple of things.
Yes, from everything, from pitons to climbing shoes to jackets. We haven't talked about backpacks yet, but on the Epic TV shop, you can find a good selection of backpacks and really any climbing gear that you need or want.
Exactly. Everything you could ever possibly hope for is on the Epic TV shop. So, guys, I think we're going to call it a day. We're going to go and have some water to soothe the vocal cords.
Yeah.
We will be back next week for normal climbing daily action from Monday. We are filming from Sunday. You're heading off with Melissa Leneve.
Isn't this a big spoiler? Can we talk about this? You go, yes or no?
I kind of already have, I feel. So you're Melissa Levy. I'm going to go see Dave Graham, who we mentioned earlier on in the show.
Yeah.
That will be coming at you, so keep an eye to our social media.
And then what have we got on shoes? What movies are coming out next week? Lake Land's Arteric show.
Yes, Arteric show on Tuesday. New show as per usual. And then I've got no idea for the rest of the week. But we will be back with regular scheduled action soon. Cheers for watching, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you to Hugo behind the tech box who was making all the magic happen. And we will see you soon.
Bye-bye.